Yo, that video you did was kind of schmacker. I like it, bro.
Yo, thank you,
I even
dog.
learned something from there, bro.
Yo, thank you, dog. Because I've done the raids so many times now. I've done the raids so many times on all different classes and been able to be like top 3 DPS on every different class. Well, when I did it as a mage, I had like all of the mage big brains in here. Even though like mage is relatively a decently simple rotation, there's actually a lot of nuances that I didn't know. That like they all just like were just feeding me all of these ideas, and then we just like literally tested everything, man.
No, it's funny because you think you go throughout the warlock stuff and there's like literally nothing you can do different. It's just like a pump, press the button, press your one button.
Yeah. Just be in position and press Shadow Bolt again.
Yeah, press your cooldowns early and press one fucking button.
Yeah.
Play a prop warrior. I'm just happy to be in the raid.
Yeah. I know everyone's going double Pharaoh. You scared? Now you're not. You're like, no, dude, I'm paying.
Dude, or double. I think a lot of people are also going for double prop pally one feral.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they're also prepping for Wrath, where prop pally is just insane.
Yeah.
I actually like. I'm ashamed to say it, but I actually leveled up a feral druid and like working on getting him some gear.
Oh,
so we'll see. But it's like I raid log right now, if I'm being honest. So it's tough to get me to like go do the heroic grind again. It's So, yeah,
luckily,
I mean, have to deal with it. I'm just gonna be a prop warrior for a bit.
Dude, just take the triple drops now. In now that everything drops 3 things, you could just like sweep full tier 5 or whatever.
Yeah, everyone thinks that I've just been like lazy by not playing the feral, but really it's just strategy.
Yeah, you planned it all out.
Just come clean it all up.
Yeah, exactly.
While we're here, then you wanna introduce yourself a little bit, Cosmo.
Yeah, Cosmo.
Your love of the game.
Welcome.
What do you? Well, you already said what class you play. So yeah, welcome.
Yeah,
What have you been playing for? What's your?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for having me on. First of all, I've been watching both of you guys for a bit, so I appreciate it. So yeah, I'm Cosmophile. I've been playing WoW now since right before the initial BC launch. I was like 13. So I've played a prop warrior literally that entire time. And as far as like raid experience goes, like I've done everything. Like I've done like quite a bit of mythic raiding and all that stuff. But as soon as classic came out, I like jumped pretty headstrong into that. I didn't really get to play like original classic all that much. When I did, I was playing a fury warrior, and then I came back like really strong in BC with some friends and like got a little raid group going. So I main tank and raid lead for my raid group over on Mancrake Horde, in the guild Anilla Wafers. So yeah, so then been a blast. I'm just like so happy to. Oh, dude, yeah, I know. We're going for the sponsorship, dude. Nilla Wafer sponsorship. Let's get it. So yeah, that's about it. Like I said, main tank, raid lead over there. Having a blast, and lately just been really like going all in on trying to get some dope guides made for the community.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, which is what largely we'll be going over today. While we go, kind of like we did the Black Temple one, where we're going to be showcasing this. So people who are listening to this on the podcasting site, the link to this Google Doc will be in the description of the site, and for anybody on YouTube, obviously it'll be in the description as well. His gentleman has made both of them. The Black Temple one he's working on right now, and this is the one he's already done and willing to. Pretty exciting. I use this for like the information reading on my vids currently I've been making. So I really like them. Really like it a lot, man.
Yeah, really in depth guides.
Thank you.
I think this is like literally like I've sent this to. Because I was raid leading on NA on my rogue, just raid leading for like just a group of friends, and I actually ended up quitting like my rogue right before like the chance to just swoop some glaives just because of timing. But I sent this to them all instantly. I was like, you guys just send this to everybody. Like this will pretty much break down everything you need, and there's like assignments in the end that you could like already break everything down, which is so nuts.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I fortunately, like, especially in like the Fight Club Discord, I've been getting quite a bit of feedback. Like, I initially didn't have the assignments tab, and everyone was like, "Please," so I went through and scrapped that together pretty quickly. But yeah, I mean, it's just been like, I honestly just initially made this just for my group, but like, I mean, we're by no means like competing for like realm or even world first or anything like that. So I was like, there's no harm in it. Just put this out for people. So,
our cams are frozen.
Oh no,
that was me. The thinker right now, dude.
I gotta get used to. That's always
There
the
it is.
funniest thing is like, all right, there we go. Is
Oh, those
because
pictures were
like,
perfect.
because when you minimize Discord, it does that, and like,
Yeah, oh yeah. I
so
know,
you
I
have
know.
to have Discord up at all times on the other screen.
Imagine just making the most of the like goofiest face.
Yeah,
on it.
just the whole time.
Yeah.
I
Fortunately, we're
swear.
both just exceptionally handsome, so it's all good. It's
Yeah,
like
it just
winning
paused
across the board.
perfectly.
Yeah.
I swear, like every other day, I get like a screenshot of me just like doing like with my eyes like half closed, you know, in the mid blink, just like
Yeah. Just waiting for the
always.
trolls on it. It's like they go to the footage just to screenshot you blinking.
Yeah, always, dude. Oh my god, third monitor one.
All right,
yeah.
Cosmo, why do you always like warriors? What's your favorite class? Why is that your? I'm gonna assume that's your favorite class.
All right,
Why
so
is that your favorite class?
I'll give you the whole story actually. So real
Mhm.
talk, whenever I was 13, I made a warrior because I wanted to play what my dad was playing at the time, and it wasn't until like level 30 I realized that he was playing a hunter. So I just kind of stuck with it. I just stuck with it from that point, and I was like, well, I'm not doing this again. So yeah, I just kind of like ever since then. I mean, like there was always this meme with within my friend group of like I would have like 8 like level 30 warriors where I would just like have fun leveling up to 30, and then I would like hit that point. I was like, this is fucking boring, and I would just stop.
Yeah, isn't that when you get sweeping strikes?
Okay,
I don't know
like,
if you did back. Yeah.
like, I'm not saying it was the right move. I'm just saying like I'm not even saying that's when it got hard. I'm just saying that's when I got bored. So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm done with this now. So I'd finish Tar and Mill and be like, yeah, cool, next. But yeah, and like I don't know, dude, Prot Warriors are just like I get that they like are not good, but they're just fun, man. I like that. Like I like
They're
that. You know,
bro.
I get to look, bro. Chill, like
Yo,
let's
you're
keep this
just
friendly.
holding it down. You're holding
Like-
it down.
exactly,
Chill.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like you know, someone's got to. All right, I gotta fight the good fight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what we're doing.
Yo, keep at it, bro. Or like it doesn't look much. Future doesn't look too bright for you, Lich King.
Yeah, I
bro.
was gonna. It's
That's all right.
you know, you just
Just
keep
you
holding
wait.
it down. You know, just keep holding it down. It's do you. You know.
Well, that's why he's just gonna be the guild leader, and then
Yeah.
then you're
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
hey,
What
I'm
are,
the
what, are,
guild
what are they
leader.
supposed to do about it?
Yeah, what are they gonna do?
Yeah. Prot Warrior
what
needs main
is
hand glaive.
What's your second favorite class then? What's something you really, really like besides Prot Warrior? Like something you would actually spend a lot of time playing. So.
Rogues. I like rogues quite a bit.
Yes, dude.
And like
Hell
they
yeah.
definitely like they get pretty good in Wrath. So I'm like definitely looking forward to that. I don't have my rogue all leveled yet, but by the time Wrath comes out, he'll be there. Right now I'm just trying to decide like all right, like how serious like my raid group, trying to figure out like where we want to take the group, and like if we decide to like push pretty hardcore, then I'm probably just gonna have to level up a paladin and get that ready to go. Just have to bite the bullet on that. But yeah, like if I
Those are
decide to
fun,
go
man.
the DPS route, oh dude, they look so cool, man.
They're
I've been
so
watching. I've been like going through like watching. You know, like I remember them back in the day, but like now with like modern theory crafting and all that, watching how they play, it's like super sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I go the DPS route, I'll probably just end up going rogue.
What's wrong? What's wrong with casters, bro? You don't like them?
Can't
Yeah, no,
stand it.
we're all
Look,
going rogue.
If
It's
the,
cool.
If the
Don't worry.
resource is blue, I'm not touching it. Like strictly, it's just I can't.
Hey, next question. Come on. Hey.
You,
Hey.
you can't handle the truth.
Hey.
But technically, I guess Paladin has that same issue, but like it doesn't really count.
Yeah, no, because we just get it back. Like
Yeah,
you get hit, and then it's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, then the last one that we can start is what's your favorite boss in tier 6? What's one you're looking forward to the most? Like, I guess
Ooh,
however you want to deny. Yeah, go ahead.
sure. So all right. Council. I think probably it's a type between Council and Archimonde, and that's probably just because I'm a raid leader. So like there's more there for me to do. You know what I mean?
More calls.
Yeah, it's like I have to be paying attention and have to be in it. You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
pretty excited for both of those. I was excited for Illidan, but after we just did like the burn strat where you just completely ignore his phases, it's like
just bloodlust. Yeah.
yeah, like I'm not so hyped for that. I'm excited for Illidan and the fact that I'm like useful there, being a
Why does
Prot
not-
warrior. But
Let me ask.
Yeah, for sure.
Why does anybody care that we can skip that phase? It's just as easy.
okay,
You're just freeing up a warlock and letting him pump.
see now you're trying to get controversial, and I'm here for it
Hey.
because like
That's
dude.
like everything Crick loves. Let's go.
bro, he's the boss on the box. Like, like kill Jaden. Fuck kill Jaden, dude.
that's
He's not
true.
the
You're
final.
right.
Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the most iconic phases of the most iconic boss. Like, arguably, like okay, Lich King and then Illidan
Yeah.
as far as like
Mhm.
iconic
Yeah.
bosses in my history.
Yeah.
And he's just like feel the power of the demon Maiev. It can't be like you just skip the phase entirely, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
It's ridiculous.
I just personally hate that's like one of the worst fights because I'm streaming it and you want to fucking pump, but then you're stuck fucking.
Yeah, you get so frustrated, like just that RNG, and it's like it's you, and you're just like, God damn it.
Yeah. No, and like for sure, but like, yeah, it's just I don't know. It's unfortunate. Like I highly doubt that on the 27th, which let's not talk about the Thursday release, but on the 27th when that comes out, like if I would like love to see his health tuned, just so we have to see the phase. Like I get that it's just as easy, but like I know we won't, but it'd be cool.
Yeah, I think it'll be. This phase is going to be kind of like not the most like challenging per se, right? As we go in, but I think it's still so exciting. Like there's so many fun things to do in Black Temple, especially. I think it's so exciting, and also you as like a tank, like those fights in particular are like you're always watching out for like your placement and where you're moving the boss, and like I think that's what has like when I've done pugs will be like one of the most frustrating parts of pugs will be like the tanks not knowing their positioning and like or how to like dodge things. So like it's semi reminiscent of like I was a big fan of Mythic Plus in retail. That's like the only thing I liked really in retail. And like it's semi reminiscent of that where you're always like your tank is always watching out for things and like being proactive, which is really sick.
Let me ask you something, Sarthe.
Yeah.
Go ahead, finish this conversation first.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I think that's whenever we did Archimonde on the PTR, like, that's probably honestly like, what it felt like was in Mythic Plus, where I'm having to just move everything around, like, make all the calls. It reminded me of that.
Yeah,
it's the closest thing I've had to that in a while. But yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, see, I love that, dude.
Yes, the sheet is open for everyone. Cosmo's the one who made it, and also, just like Falcon said, we'll help when he's done. They asked Cosmo when the Black Temple's done, how are they going to find it? I assume we'll make a Reddit thread about it, right? Or a Reddit post like he did the first one, yeah. And then also he streams, which he will post, and he'll post his link throughout the show too. And then we'll have it in my channel, Sart's channel, everywhere. Yeah,
it'll be.
You won't be able to escape it. It'll be talked about everywhere.
Yeah, this guy will like, definitely be everywhere.
Watch that dude live, yeah, dude. That's the Cosmo dude. Yeah.
It'll be sick.
Yeah.
Yo, Sarthe, when this new expansion comes out for retail, you want to do some keys with me, bro? Would you ever step back in that territory with me? I'm doing
absolutely. At the beginning, I feel like this is actually almost controversial for like our viewers in general. But like whenever retail comes out with a new expansion, like I don't care. Like it's so fun. And then everybody was hating it, and then everybody played it and was like, "This is really fun." Like at the beginning.
The thing is, I've played retail for millions of years, and if you main retail, it's lame to you. But if you don't play retail, it's fucking fun to play retail.
Yeah,
100%.
I haven't been playing this. You know what I mean?
Like it's still fun to go back. Like when they release a new dungeon, we'll sign in, go do the new dungeon. You know what I mean? Like we're dog shit because we haven't been playing for the past 3 months or whatever.
And you have like no gear now. Yeah.
Right, but like that, it's just kind of that's part of the reason I think it's fun. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I mean like I have not missed a midnight release of an expansion yet, and like I won't because it's just.
Oh,
you gotta do it, man.
There we go.
Yeah,
I'm here. We go. I play Demon Hunter on Demon Hunter tank on retail. So.
All right, Clutch. I did a lot of tanking.
We're gonna keep our group
also. Well, yeah. I'll be DPS.
I do not tank
whenever you, and I'll tank whenever you want to tank. DPS Cosmo.
I got you. Sounds
easy. Good. And Crix is like, I'll play a Warlock.
I'll play Warlock.
I'm actually Disc Priest.
Really? What?
Yeah.
Did not see that coming.
I'm just not Disc. I didn't choose. I chose Warlock in Classic because Disc doesn't have atonement healing. That's like my favorite thing about Discipline Priest.
Yeah.
And then PvC they kind of get a little more kit, but I don't like it. But then in Lich Team they get a super kit, so I might literally swap to Disc Priest.
Right. Disc Priest.
I love Disc Priest. So amazing.
Let's go, dude. All right, I'll take that. I see it. Mythic Plus that's like my favorite part of retail. So when we do it, we'll blast. We
can make 100%. Some corny classic content, people. The classic retail.
There was like a whole month of me just playing Shadowlands, and like I don't care. I was having a lot of fun. But you'd always every day someone would come in and be like, "This isn't TBC or this isn't classic or whatever," and I was like,
I think
obviously
people are afraid to play it, bro.
Yeah,
they're afraid to get plain. But if maybe we'll be that bridge to be like, you know what? It's all right to play retail and PvC. You don't have to choose just one.
You don't have to choose. Yeah. No, I mean like especially like on launch week, man. Like when you're leveling up, because like I will say like storytelling in that game has just gotten better in my opinion. Like
Oh
I just,
yeah.
like it's fantastic. The zones are beautiful. Music's fantastic. I don't play this game with sound except for when I'm leveling in like a new zone. I'll listen to the music. Um, but other than that, I play completely muted. But and then yeah, I mean like the dungeons are sick. Mythic Plus is fantastic.
Well,
and
yeah,
like
they got a new lead dev, didn't they, or something? A new
They got a new
Not
new
new-
business
I think they got a
daddy.
new-
yeah, it was, yeah,
Yeah.
everything's new now. Like,
Yeah.
You never know, bro. And then they fuck their shit up, so you never know if they come back. They're either gonna come back and make a banger, or they're gonna come back and it's gonna be shit. Either way. I'm
Well,
ready
it's
for it,
it's.
so.
I'm pretty
I mean,
optimistic.
from the
honestly.
leaks, it's
Yeah, me
like
too.
all about dragons, right? And like dragons,
the Dragon
are
Isles.
sick.
Who doesn't like them?
Who doesn't
Yeah.
want dragons, bro?
When I was like a little kid, like let's be real, like when I first started playing this game, I always like you first started playing World of Warcraft as like a kid, I always wanted like, oh, I wish I could ride a dragon. That was always it. And then when TBC comes out, you get like the nether drakes and stuff, and it was like, this is epic. And then like what was after Cataclysm? No, after Wrath. Cataclysm after Wrath though is where you got like a bunch of Drake mounts. Where you got a bunch of Drake mounts, and I was so excited for that. So like I'm hyped for there also to be like a race called Dragonborn, and like for us to be able to like, I don't know, just do a bunch of dragon stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna
Dude,
be
yeah,
a big old
I'll
nerd.
go. I won't even be ashamed. I'll go full anime on it, dude. Like,
Yeah.
give me like
Yeah, bro.
big horns, big tail. I don't care. Like, I'm gonna be so cool.
Yeah,
I don't care.
right. Like I'm
That's
all
this.
for
I think
it.
people have to do that. Is people need to be themselves and be goofy because the world, all these, especially streamers, are so afraid to be themselves. They want to like impress everybody because they want the viewers and they want the money and they want this. You got to be goofy, bro. You got to be yourself.
Yeah, dude,
100%.
I'm
You know
the
what I mean?
cheesiest guy I know.
Yeah.
Other than like Ame with his dad jokes, and that's I miss it. Shout out to my boy
I miss
Ame.
bro.
But like, you know, I'm like the biggest cheeser, and like I love it, man. I'll go all out.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it.
Let's see what else before. Oh yeah, TBC news. Well, the 27th.
27th, we finally got our date, and
How
Blizzard
do you feel
took.
about that date?
I had literally, it's funny too, because I had literally made like a meme video the day before, basically like, why won't Blizzard just tell us
It was
anything?
hilarious.
Like literally just save something. Like that's it. That's all you have to do. They literally made a green post, and the green post, or the blue post, sorry, and I read something Falcon wrote about green dragon drama. That's I read Falcon wrote about green dragon drama in the chat. They made a blue post, and it was like, oh, we decided to add 2 NPCs back into the game. That was it, and 2 like level 20 quest mobs. That was after like weeks of not saying anything. It was like, what?
This is the
What is
content
your
we've been waiting for.
communication? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like who does PR for you guys? What is this, man?
I woke up that morning and saw the announcement because I woke up a little late, and then went to the bathroom. And when I always go to the bathroom, go to YouTube, and I went immediately to your channel to see if you made a post about it yet, because it's been a couple hours, and you hadn't. But you posted. But I had the short. And
Yeah,
I
I had my
watched the
short.
Like, it was like 12 hours ago. I was like, wait, what? And then you posted it like clockwork right away. After
Yeah,
that.
exactly. I was actually on stream, and it was the first time I made like, I literally like showed stream. I was like, guys, this is exactly how I make a YouTube video, and this is how I make a thumbnail, because I do everything really fast because I'm like a bad YouTuber. And I was like, this is how I do it. Except for the video that came out today, I spent like a lot of the weekend.
Yeah, that was a
doing
good
editing
one.
and stuff.
I
for
can
that
tell
one.
you did.
Yeah,
Beautiful video. I'm gonna link that for everybody wondering.
thanks, Patty.
Yeah, no. We were so my guild, like, we raid Tuesday, Wednesday. So we've got 2 raid groups. One of us, we raid, like, my group raids Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the other group is Wednesday, Thursday.
Mhm.
And like there's obviously some like competition like between the 2 groups, which is always fun. But like, so we're sitting there waiting on the announcement. and
Thursday release.
Yeah, we expected a Wednesday release because that's what we got last time, and like it's not ideal, but we're like, all right, like, we can come up with something. But yeah, I mean, they just like released it on Thursday, so like we're having to scramble. And, like, Crix, I put that one sheet with like the attendance type deal of like, what days can people make, between that Thursday to that Monday.
Yeah, I can definitely show that too if you want, Sarthe.
Yeah, go for
Yeah.
it. But like, we're just trying to scramble to figure out like how we can get our core, or as much of our core as possible, together. Because like, dude, we've put in a ton of work to like become a better team over this past phase, ready to like go hard.
Yeah.
And like, I actually got into like a little like a Twitter thread with Brian Birmingham, who's like the WoW Classic lead,
Mhm.
and to his credit, I mean, like it was super late, and I'm sitting there. I hit him with like 11 tweets at once, and I was like, just boom, 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 just like I was just like, nah.
Yeah.
And I was just telling him, I was like, a couple things, like, I don't really understand. I get the appeal of a global release. I don't understand why they're doing it this way, and it's also weird that they're doing global releases like here and not like on retail. But I do get it because like the content's going to be cleared in a couple of hours, so it's like they have to release it at the same time for everyone, or like the race is over. It's just whoever gets in first.
Yeah.
But like, what I don't understand, and like I'm totally open to being like educated on this, like why I'm misunderstanding something, but like why not just put all of the game, like put the content in like a week in advance, and then like on the following Tuesday at the same time around the world, boom, all right, now it's active for everybody, because like that's kind of how they do expansion releases.
Yeah,
like it's in
absolutely.
the game, and then like we can just go to the new zone. So I was telling him that, but more than anything, I said like it's the communication is what's frustrating for me, of like they just release the news and then they just like walk away, and I'm like, as if like the elephant in the room isn't there, of like, hey, you are screwing over thousands of guilds probably,
So
who
many
like are going to
people.
be missing a raid day. And like realistically, any guild that's competing for like for the world first, they're going to accommodate whatever schedule Blizzard puts out. If they put it out on Tuesday, cool, everyone's going to be there on a Tuesday or whatever day, right? So it's like there's a lot of guilds, and I know I'm being like the woe is me dad guild guy right now, but someone's got to stand up for us.
You gotta represent, dude.
So it's like, we can't do that. We still have been putting in all the work, and it's like, you know what I mean? So it just sucks.
Did you guys know about the Microsoft thing, or am I just tripping right now?
Wait, did you not?
That out?
That's what we were.
Did you not
that's the joke we
get
made
the
earlier.
joke?
Yeah. No, I'm looking at SCAN's stream, and it says Microsoft just
70
bought
billion.
Activision.
Yeah.
The cool 70 bill.
A nice little 70 bill for Active Blizzard.
Okay,
That's what I was
do you
saying
think
earlier.
that
They
can
sold
make the
out.
game better?
I mean,
Sold
we're
out?
not
I
going to
think it'll be
see.
better.
No. I mean, like Blizzard execs got out of there as they were getting like absolutely destroyed by like lawsuits and stuff.
Probably Big Dick is gone.
Yeah. So
ooh, it's gonna be better. I don't know. I would hope so. I mean, I'm
There's-
always gonna say.
I think it'll be better,
I always
but
say it's gonna be better.
we're not going to see any differences for a while.
For a while. I am optimistic about it though, like truly. And mostly just because it's like the way it was going, I don't think like there was any turning around. So it's like this, like we don't know what the future is, but we know it's not that. So like, I'm all in. Like, let's just see what we're gonna get out of it. But like Microsoft, I mean, like, I've played like a good bit of Minecraft. Like when they got Minecraft, it was still a good game. It's a great game. Like a lot of stuff going on there.
But like anything else?
So the thing about like for Microsoft, for me, that stood out was like they own 343 Industries, and like they
Halo?
like Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite's fantastic, and like I think it's a fucking great game. Closest thing that I've had like experienced like the older Halos, like the golden days.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like Sea of Thieves, great game. Like like Microsoft is doing some cool stuff, and like I said, I'm optimistic about it. If they let Blizzard maintain some autonomy, like or the devs maintain some autonomy and kind of like maybe go back to like that time of like where they just created the games because they wanted to make a cool game and not so Bobby could be like super rich. Like that'd be great. We'll see.
You're gonna like Falcon is literally about to fucking pop out of chat to beat the shit out of you, Sarthe.
I know. I just did it. I think I did it. I know.
Falcon said that he's no longer gonna mod for you unless before the next episode you sit there and get all these perfect.
I need to like
the next episode's gonna be what you get.
When I'm like playing WoW, like I use like a grid that I set up everything up for.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like when I'm playing, like I could actually look at that. I could use it that way. All right.
I need that command you have for Falcon for fucking Tommy boy right there. That's what Tommy. We gotta set that up for you.
See,
Falcon do this, Falcon do that. It's funny.
See, I can just use a grid to line it all up. See, now we're good now. There we go.
Smart, yeah. I can also just literally send you mine. I don't know why I haven't done that yet, like a template.
And now I offset my webcam, but I can fix that in a second because I'm now a pro, guys. If you didn't know,
Easy.
Basically a technological genius. Shout out. Yeah. Well, I'm actually I'm a mage.
Caster, so you're not a wizard.
I'm a mage now. I'm a technological mage now, and it is what it is, guys. I'll take it.
Do we think Microsoft buyout will affect servers like not being laggy and dog shit? I don't. I would like to think so because Microsoft's computers, but no, probably won't make anything, right? Are they going to change server location because of that? I think it's more of just them buying it, right? Like everything will pretty much stay the same. Get rid of the people who are fuck offs, get new people, and keep making the game. I hope.
Yeah.
I want to I'm curious about. So real quick, just commentary here. Like, I think it's fucking hilarious that Microsoft won like the big war, like between Halo and Call of Duty. Microsoft just owns Activision now.
Yeah, it wasn't even.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
They're like, actually, it's not a battle because I own you also.
I own you.
Yeah.
I was talking to my roommate about it, and we were like, "Do you think who's Sony going to call on to make their PlayStation exclusives?" And he was like, "I mean, they could still ask Activision to make them because like, fuck it, Microsoft just gets paid for it anyway. Like, who cares?"
And like Sony pays out. Sony has to pay out massive for those exclusives. Like, let's be realistic. They have to pay out so much for those. So like, yeah, Microsoft's gonna be like, yeah, you get the exclusive, I get the big payday, and then I get to eventually release.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
The whole world is gonna be owned by Microsoft and Amazon.
Like there are some legitimate like questions about antitrust laws and all that, but like gamer me is just gonna let this happen and be cool with it. Like, I'm just let them deal with that. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was nice catching up. We like talking about gaming. We're not all business. This is a gaming podcast at the end of the day, right? So I'm glad we're
a business podcast at the end of the day.
Yep. So now we'll start with the same thing we did Black Temple, except for the loot prowl is once again going to be, we'll say it, even though we got flame for it, a loose loot prowl. We're not loot prowl geniuses here. We're just kind of...
Especially with healer loot.
Yes, just tossing things out there for the big items. Okay, don't flame us if we get an item wrong like people did. And we'll go over the trash roll by wave. We don't have to go every wave because it is kind of, not all the waves are hard technically, but we can go touch on the waves and then per boss go in each one. You go over the spreadsheet, any kind of tips and shit. All three of us have cleared it many times, so any tips that we have, Sarthe is in control of whatever he wants to show in the background in the meantime, and
yeah, for sure. So I mean, like, right out the gate, like the first tab that you're gonna see is like it's just a Hyjal trash overview. So what I've done is like I've detailed every single mob that can spawn, and as well as like all of their abilities, and a couple of notes about like if these abilities are ones that you should even worry about, what kind of CC works, just open comment here to anybody watching. Like if you see something that I've missed or something that like should be commented, definitely let me know. Like this is hit me up on Twitch, on Discord, whatever. I'm happy to make any notes. But yeah, I mean, I went through. I also included spell IDs on each of the enemy spells in case anybody wants to make weak auras for whatever reason.
Yeah, that's
like,
so nice.
That's
you literally have it on all of the boss spells. Also, he literally has it on all of the boss spells. No, that was like one of the first things I noticed. I was like, this is so clutch. Because like as someone who loves weak auras, like I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Well,
good. I'm hopefully it'll get some use. Like tell me you use it even if you don't. That way I feel like it was like the hours were put into it.
Oh, that's Gigabrain, bro. I didn't even see that, or else I would have told you. I told this man so many times in DM that this shit is Gigabrain. I didn't even know that was there.
Yeah, dude.
Just for anybody who's listening who's kind of been waiting, because I know people are doing that. They haven't seen Mount Hyjal. It is a like wave kind of raid where you fight 8 waves of people. You fight mobs, different mobs like the ones he's showing right now. Like you fight 8 waves of them back to back. You do get the break and eat in between, and then you fight a boss. And after the boss, you fight 8 waves and then another boss. And then after that, you guys switch over to the Horde side because you start an alliance. You run on your fucking mount way over there, and then you fight 8 waves of trash and then a boss, 8 waves of trash and then a boss, and then you fight the last boss.
Yeah, and the one thing about Mount Hyjal that I think is intriguing is like it's a lot easier than Black Temple in general, but if you wipe on a boss or something, you have to restart all of the 8 waves, and that is going to drive people nuts. That's going to drive people crazy.
The wiping process too is something I did want to mention before we even got into the waves. Is like it's so important that everybody like not wiping is so crucial because like even the process of wiping, like a big thing that I preach as a raid lead is like learning how to wipe effectively is really, really important. You cannot wipe effectively in Hyjal. Like you're just not able to. You have to wait for like the trash to completely reset. It takes forever. Like
you guys, yeah.
It's already a long run back, and like even with that, you're still sitting there like just waiting at the instance, waiting for everybody to die so you can zone in. So like you want to avoid wiping at all costs. It's like so important to walk into this knowing how this stuff works, which is honestly like the whole reason I even did this because like no, that sounds awful.
Yeah, dude, you really like legitimately in this raid. This raid is the raid you absolutely don't want to wipe. Like it just like.
Well,
let's be real.
The other thing about it, it's pretty. It's not the bosses aren't hard, but like when you get to the further waves, It's easier to wipe on them. They're not hard, but you can blow someone up if you run out of mana, and then you guys blow the rate up just because it's less on the boss being hard, more on just like you're just not paying attention because it's easy, and then you can still kill the raid, and then you have to go do all the 8 waves again, and we're talking like 30 plus minutes. Not this wave because it's the beginning waves. You're not going to have a lot of troubles for the first half of the raid at all. Once you hit the horde side, oh man, yeah, you're gonna have a lot of fun with those. You can get through this, and you'll be like, damn, this is kind of annoying if anything. But then you have that little slip up, and you wipe, and you gotta do all again. You're like,
it is the worst.
It's brutal, dude. It's brutal.
And I actually, this was my first, like in the background is my first time entering. So like I had fully forgotten about the mana burn. And I totally blow up all of the melee because I was trying to melee weave for the first time because I had finally only on the PTR I got an actual weapon that is like a 2-handed weapon. So I was like, I'm just gonna melee weave, and I fully blow up all of my melee. And I was like, no way, if we have to do this again. And like you just hear Lottie screaming, and he's like, who did that? Who did that? And I was like, yeah, that was definitely me. That was 100% me. Sorry about that, but we still killed the boss.
Testing.
Yeah, I was like, it's a limit testing, obviously, to see if this would wipe the raid.
These first set of waves up into Rage Winterchill is the first boss. There's nothing really special that comes out of them. You know what I mean?
The one wave.
I don't know if we want to talk. We don't really. I mean, you could.
The only wave that I think is like worth mentioning is just wave 6. It's the one with 6 A-bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Just like. I mean, it's your first experience with the A-bombs, and like they can truck. The stun can be kind of annoying. So it's like, the biggest thing that I can say here is like in the spreadsheet I put this notes tab.
Yeah.
So
tank,
like
pop fap.
Tanks, they can pop a fap to avoid the stun. But honestly, like, you use whatever advice here you think is needed for your group. When we did it the first time, we decided to do the fap to avoid the stuns. When we went in like the subsequent times, we just we used like you can use engineering bombs and like anything to stun the A bombs, like they're fully stunnable and everything. Have your off tanks pick them off. If as long as like your main tank isn't like your pally tank really isn't just getting obliterated on pull, then you're basically going to be fine as soon as your healers find stability. But that initial pull can be pretty gnarly with that. But yeah, outside of that, all of the trash going up to Rage Winterchill is a joke. It's not a problem, especially if you're doing like proper LOSing. So like what we did is. We have the Pally LOS. I think we did a different position from what you guys were doing, Sarthe.
Yeah, did you ever do up front, or where did you go?
No, we never did anything up front. So what we did is like basically we LOS'd onto the opposite pillar there, and then we had all of the ranged like further back. There's a little hill that's back there, and we had all the ranged there. That way, any casters or if anybody got healer aggro, they have to run past the Pally tank to get to everybody else. So effectively the same thing you're doing here, just on the other side. For speed running, I know that a lot of guilds are going to be meeting them like where they spawn at the very front.
Yeah.
We saw I think Fusion doing that on the PTR, and a couple of other guilds.
It's just easy also because they like, but you don't really have downtime. Like they can just spawn and then like you're just going.
Yeah, and like something I guess to point out here is like all the trash is on I'm pretty sure it's a strict 2-minute timer where like the timer is forced to 0 when the last mob dies, or like if the mobs are all alive and 2 minutes are elapsed, then like the next wave comes no matter what. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So yeah, I mean if you kill them up there where they spawn, as soon as they die, boom, like you're going. You know what I mean? You don't really get any downtime. So it's whatever pacing your guild's comfortable with. For us, for the first few weeks probably, we're just gonna go ahead and just keep it chill, and like I said, we're not speedrunners or anything like that, so we're just gonna be doing it around this pillar and keep it safe.
Yeah.
These like he said, that's the only one you need to worry about here. Everything else is easy. It's literally just spam them and AoE them.
Yep.
Keep them up. Don't pull aggro.
This will be like it's like also first boss of both raids is kind of like everyone can kind of get through it pretty easily.
Yep.
But Rage Winterchill, there you go. There he is, right there. You're looking at him. Spread around. Doesn't really matter where your groups are. Just spread around. I think he does something called Ice Bolt, which is like an ice block. He'll shoot it at somebody. People are wearing PvP trinkets, which you can wear. Yeah, you don't really need like right to the left. That's the Ice Bolt. People use PvP trinkets to get out of the grief. You don't need. You can use laps, faps, or PvP trinkets. We don't suggest using laps and faps because you're gonna hold your potion.
Hold your potion.
Cool down the whole time with the chance that you get it. It's lame. Don't do that. You wear a PvP trinket, which I also think is lame. I would just gamble on it.
I think it's
have a powered shield and the other person heal them while you get it. And you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, after testing on PTR, I think a better call is definitely to like just kind of ignore it and like hope you don't get it, right? and have someone heal you if you do get it. You got unlucky. But like even on here, like I had swapped to a PvP trinket, but like I just like innately pressed my trinket CD with all my cooldowns, so it didn't matter at all.
Yeah.
Like, so I had pressed it with, but you could also like Bestial Wrath it as a hunter. You can blink it as a mage, I believe. You can ice block also. You can like there's so many ways to get out of it. It's like not really that intimidating.
It does do a lot of damage, but just have your like literally it tells you who gets it. Just have your priest powered shield that person while another healer just does one heal into him and you're good. And then you guys are nobody dies from it.
Yeah, this is like obviously the simplest boss in here.
But if you guys are having, if you are the super safest thing you can do is wear PvP trinket. If you want to be super safe and you're worried about one shots and you're do it, you can wear PvP trinket. But
another like
just know that you're only getting 3 or 4 out the whole time. You have 25 raiders. You're gonna have 25 raiders all down a trinket. 3 or 4 of them to get it.
Yeah, and like I mean honestly, dude, like we did 1 kill in the PTR where everybody had their trinket. They just like it was pugs and they just Pepega and just didn't use the trinket. So like they we lost a couple of people and the boss still like the boss just dies. Honestly, like the big thing is like the death and decay graphic is terrible. So just like watch your feet, get out of ice block, and like
super hard to see.
Try to find one and show them. So
yeah,
that's what I was gonna say.
Because
this will actually kill you too, and it just looks like it's like a orangish red shit on the ground, but you can barely, even with the graphics turned up, you can barely see it. And I'm a colorblind,
but it ticks for like it only ticks for like 1600. You'll see. I'll be in it like in a second right here. I'm about to be in it right now, and like I'm gonna stand in it just to see how much it hits for. Like once it spawns on me, yeah. See 1660. It does tick like every second, but 1660. So
you
like
see how you literally can't see it. It's right here.
Yeah,
you see like the ground smoke. It's
literally just little red
consecration is to the right.
Yeah,
you see this little red barely coming up right now to the right in the path. It's like crazy. Yeah, right there.
DBM will definitely tell you if you're in it, and also I'm pretty sure. Yeah, GTFO
will beep at you.
Yeah,
but it doesn't do too much damage. I thought it did more than 1600. But
no, and actually, because I was curious about that, how bad it was, and I went to your older video about it. And it was actually taking you for the same amount of damage. Oh, okay. So it's 15% of max HP every second. Okay.
Well,
so like
that's I'm pretty sure. Like if anybody sees like again, if anybody sees anything that's wrong, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah. So like that wasn't like that intimidating for me. So it was you can get out of it. The big fear would be like if you're in it and you get Frost Nova in it, then like you're done, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. With Frost Nova, which is the other thing that needs to just be dispelled. There's nothing else going on for the healers besides healing.
Because if you take no other damage, that's 7 seconds of standing in fire. Basically, that would be bad. Your guild would be able to flame you if you died to the death and decay. Mm-hmm. So just move.
Click off fort buff, left damage per tick, and get more heals.
5 head.
Yeah,
it's really easy, boss. You guys shouldn't have troubles with this. Just make sure you get the Black Temple attunement time phase flat 3 or whatever right after the boss.
Yeah, so
we're gonna
your attunement in order to go to Black Temple.
We're gonna have to be running again with the whole Tuesday, Wednesday group, and then dropping on Thursday. We're gonna have to be running attunement groups over the weekend on Man Creek. So hit me up, board, let's get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
for BT boss, you can do this one.
Yeah, you want to open up a loot one on this one?
Oh yeah. Let's look at.
All right, let's loot something.
Rage Winterchill actually drops some pretty dank items.
Yeah, that's
they always start you off with like something juice. All right, what do casters looking at on this boss?
That chunky ass fucking. Over it, baby. That chunky offhand, baby.
Yeah, the second you did that, I was like, okay, I know.
Offhand's big, man. It's very big for casters. I know a lot of casters are going like, oh, I want Zardoom, which is BIS right now, and I don't blame you, but this is what I want.
Yeah,
right there.
You may want to move Atlas Loot over because my face is definitely covering that.
Good call. Like... Boom. Better. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, caster wise, we're just looking at some Chronicles. That's really the only thing.
That's really That's
nice. Yeah, cuffs, but yeah.
I don't know if anything's for healers. These seem insane, but like I'd literally like loot like now since making the or going over all of the Hyjal loot, like now I've like forgotten what everyone wants. I have to like look at it again.
That's why we have chat.
Furious
Right,
Shackles.
yeah.
300 people in here. There's a healer in chat right now who knows how good these are. Bro. Someone in here knows.
The ugliest shoulders in the game.
Are they? What do they look like?
Ugh.
Nah, you're wrong. The plate shoulders off of Supremus are significant.
Oh, are those
Those
the
aren't
little
that
like the
bad.
little like tiny little
Little-
flayed ones?
They look like this right
Yeah,
here.
yeah. You're right.
This is terrible, dude.
I guess there really is no spicy loot on this.
Yeah.
On this boss, is
Just
there?
mainly the offhand, huh?
Well, I mean, it's not even that spicy of a thing, but yeah.
And like a lot of people obviously don't want it because everyone's fighting for Zardoom, right?
And, yeah, and it's crazy how much loot there is difference in Black Temple and Mount Hyjal. I feel like there's so much nice loot there, and here Mount Hyjal has like 4 pieces that everybody wants, and then
Yeah.
Right.
the rest is for casters, but it's ass at the same time. You want nimble thought.
Are there any other waves during after Winterchill that are really intimidating?
No, not really.
Now we start getting
it's pretty much-
necromancers, or I guess there's the same
You're-
amount almost.
Yeah, pretty much. The only thing is that it gets a little harder, but because you'll have, I think there's more A bombs in this one.
So you get some more A bombs, but like
Yeah, yeah.
the thing is, like the A bombs actually aren't that big of a deal unless there's a lot of them. So like
Yeah.
all these A
Mhm.
bomb waves that you get in the second up to Anetheron or Anetheron, however you pronounce it, like those are actually all pretty simple. Like you get some new mobs, like you start seeing banshees,
Mhm.
but like whoop-de-doo, like you know they pop up in an AMS anti-magic shield, and you just like let melee cleave those down. But I mean, like it's really not an issue. That stuff's not difficult at all.
Mhm.
If you can clear the wave before that, you're gonna be just fine there.
One thing I will
Yeah.
say about the trash that would help everybody out is arcane bombs. They're pretty broken.
Oh,
Trash,
insane!
they stun 5 seconds, and there's no like you can just chain stun them. Like if you literally have 5 people rotating arcane bombs, you will keep them stunned the whole time. Like not stunned, but silent.
Silence.
The magic users, which these earlier waves is not a big of a deal, but it really helps towards the end of the wave, especially the gargoyles.
Yeah, and like the later, like when you move to the horde side, like to gather everything up, arcane bombs on like tanks and melee, just being able to throw one of these, it just like everything stacks up perfectly instead of being spread out and casting. So these things are just like one of the most useful items in this raid for sure.
I mean, yeah, we use them over cyphers.
Yeah. And then I can move forward to the boss. Oh, I think we wiped, maybe?
No.
For shame, dude. This was the first time entering in here. All right.
We'll have a moment of silence. Let everybody see just how bad the wipe recovery is in this raid.
Oh, yeah.
It's terrible, dude.
Let me see. Let me go all the way back.
But you guys wiped the Anetheron?
I don't know. I'm trying to see. Wave 2. Yeah, there's definitely... Look at the reses. Definitely wipes in here.
I will
Going
say,
through
like,
Mount. Go ahead.
Oh, there it
just,
is.
Like, on Anetheron, like the big thing to worry about, in my opinion, like everyone talks about the carrion swarm and like it's there, but honestly, like as long as your healers are spread out really evenly, then like you're fine. The way that I said to do it in the guide,
Mhm.
there's a couple different strats. The way I said to do it is just to have split your range groups up between the blacksmith, the hunters, and then the ballista. But like as long as your healers are spread, you'll honestly be fine. The thing that's annoying about it is the infernal. Because like it does, like whenever it lands, it hits pretty hard.
Mhm.
So
And
it stuns.
It
Yeah,
hits
it
and
stuns
it's
on
stunned,
impact.
doing
Yeah,
3 to
so
4k per 2 seconds, so it hurts
Yeah.
a lot.
it's super annoying. So yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that I can see like being like the big issue there for most groups.
Yeah, I still think it's a pretty easy boss again. Like there's not a lot of troubles. Like he said, the infernals, but as long as you're dropping those so he drops these infernals, you literally get to see who it's dropping on. It stuns you. Whoever it drops on Sarthe, he runs to whoever you guys have tanking him, and then runs
Yeah.
back, and you guys don't even have to fight. I mean, so if you guys have a little bit low DPS, then you might have to turn and burn it, but usually you don't have to turn and burn it. You
Yeah,
just have someone drop it off right on them.
And that's like not even like the first, or well, it is the first time, but like in here in general, that can kind of happen often where like there was mechanics where that you used to be more intimidated by them.
Mhm.
And then like you used to always have to kill the ads, but now you kind of just like, oh, let's attack the boss.
Yeah, I mean, when we get to Azgalor, like we'll talk about that there. Here, I mean, it's the exact same thing. You just burn.
But
Strat,
you'll
kill
see
boss.
how bad a wipe is in here. Like we just like did not heal our infernal tank at all because this was first attempt. and
Did he use some fire res? We actually use a little bit of fire res. The tank will put like 1 or 2 pieces of fire res. The one that you have tanking, so he's not doing anything anyway. You can like a pally tank or whatever.
Yeah.
On a couple people fire res, and nobody you like won't even need healed damn near.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That literally, and he died again. So that probably not.
He wasn't forever.
Yeah.
You should.
Probably,
So
if I had to guess,
Let's go ahead and say probably not fire res.
Yeah, I would say this is one of those things where it's not like I would say do it. I would actually in the video. This is the one I just did today. I haven't posted it yet, but I actually highly suggest wearing like 1 or 2 pieces. That doesn't mean you have to. Don't sit there and fucking tease me because you don't have to, right?
Yeah.
But it does help. But pally tanks doing it is nice. Remember,
But
everything
look
is
how long
everything
it
is
takes to
undead or
res.
demons. So these are all marks of the champion, demon slayers. You got pally tanks with exorcism, getting cool snap threat. Like you shouldn't. I don't think anybody will have a lot of troubles with these.
Yeah, and
there's
always
an
me
aura you gotta watch
checking.
out for though. Remember, there's an aura that the boss does that heals him for 300% of the damage he deals.
Vampiric. Yeah.
So put up a mortal strike or wound poison. That'll help. What else?
Or an aim shot, I guess, if you have to, but like
if you have to.
But like
you have NPCs to help you. We haven't said that yet, but
the NPCs help.
If they die, it restarts the event, so don't let Jaina die. Or
just
when you get to.
Is there any? It's just Jaina, right, on the downside or on the alliance side? Yeah.
Right.
So
for humans, if they die, your event restarts.
But then wiping on a boss is just like it's the worst feeling. Like this is double speed, and like I can skip through forever. You now have to res everyone up. Jaina finally died, right? And then if it's on a trash pull, like she takes forever to die, and then you can finally start over and do all 8 waves again, and then the boss again.
Also, the last on this boss is there's a sleep he does that you cannot get out of, and only damage breaks it. But Waldrift does not. PvP trinkets do not. Nothing breaks
Nothing.
It
And
damage.
it's what, 10
10
seconds?
Yeah,
it's the worst. That sleep is actually the worst. And like
RNG, who gets it?
So if you want a little, you don't have to do this, but like if you wanted to, because damage breaks it, you could actually go to BRD, and I put this in the guide, but you can use Sulfuran Slammers that you can buy there. You can use the Sulfuran Slammer to take like 15 fire damage, and it'll wake you up. So like it's not on the GCD, and you can just be popping them throughout the fight if you want to, and you just use a slammer and you're awake. So save your griefs.
My whole deal is doing that because you told me that.
Yeah.
Never even heard of those before in my life.
Yeah, I was
dope.
So I was thinking about it because my friends and I sat down and we were like, "Yo, can we just have everybody set a campfire underneath themselves and stand there and
stand on the campfire?" Yeah.
But campfire doesn't deal damage in this version of the game apparently, and I totally thought that it did for the record.
Yeah,
I remember that being a thing, but it could just be
Is there knockback at all from slams?
I don't think so, but I mean even if there is it's gonna be way less than you just being
10 seconds.
Well, you can't do it while you're asleep, so you'd put it on you. Before how long? What is it? Just does slow damage while you have it on or something?
Yeah, it's just a little dot on you. I'm pretty sure, and I think you can even tick it off. I think you can tick it off, but the issue is you do get drunk, and it's the in-game effect where you're just wonky, that does happen.
Yeah.
So if that's an issue, then
whatever.
you can turn off the visual effect, but
you have to go into the setting, into
the console
code.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep. But it doesn't turn off the your actual physical movement. That part isn't broken. But you don't need to move really beyond that. So it's up to you.
I can be drunk and do that.
Right. Yeah. If you're just trying to parse, and you don't want to get slept, then maybe take some slammers.
Is there cast knock? Is my cast gonna go back a little bit?
I don't know because I play a prot warrior, so I have no idea. I was just fuck it.
Pop,
pop.
I'm curious. You have to keep hopping them to sustain the buff. Yeah. As long as and if it doesn't interrupt any GCDs or any of your casts, which I feel like it doesn't because it's a tick on you, isn't it? It shouldn't cause so it shouldn't cause any pushback.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you just keep 100% uptime of that every time.
Okay.
Well,
it's not on the global, right? So you should. Be
it's not on global. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, it is on the global.
No, it's not.
It's not.
I tested that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is awesome. That's perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Get your parses in, dude.
Yeah, so this is an easy fight. I was number 1, obviously. No. This was the first time being here. It's an easy fight, it's a fun one, but you can wipe if your tanks don't have any fire res or if they're not getting any heals. Like that's like the first thing I check. Obviously, like when you wipe on like probably like PTR especially, the first thing you check is like, because you're running a pug, like what was the heals like, and you always, it's like always that it's like, oh, he had like a renew for the last 7 seconds and 1 life bloom on him. Probably makes sense that the tank died, you know?
Right.
Yeah. But this boss actually drops some decent loot. The
Hate
belt.
Gray Mantle is super cool. It's really cool looking. It's trash though.
Yeah, I was like, what?
It's trash.
this-
Right underneath. Yep, right there's good. That's this, baby.
Yeah, this belt is juicy and everybody wants it. Everybody? Not everybody.
No, not everybody. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I
What
forget now.
Ellie and Boomies want, but Warlock Mages want it.
Yeah. This belt, pretty nice.
I don't know. If
I
Mages,
don't-
I assume Mages want it because his crit has no hit on it, and like so. We'll go
I'd have
full
to
count
look.
on that one.
I have to look.
How much
How-
FR y'all think you need for that boss? I'd go 2 pieces. Just put like 2.
Just something
Our tank
simple.
just literally put 2 pieces on. You can put like the neck and like make sure you're not missing your hit and whatever else you need though. But it's like your neck and like a ring or something. You can go neck cloak if you want. 'cause
See,
the
yeah,
cloak will be
mages
'cause the cloak
are
will be
looking
a
at it.
cloak and then a fire res cloak on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mage, do you want it? Yeah, I figured so.
Yeah, mages
I figured.
are looking
Didn't
at
take
it.
rocket science there. Yeah, so do warlocks. There's belts are close. There's other good belts that are really close too. Because even belted blasting, when you look at it in terms of like warlocks, belted blasting isn't like that far behind this all either. The belts themselves aren't.
Yeah.
That is bis. Yeah, we want haste belt for trash there. Yeah, same.
Oh god,
Mages
dude.
and warlocks kind of
Mages in Mount Hyjal are gonna have so much fun. Like within Mount Hyjal
they?
itself, mages, yeah, because just on trash, like overall damage in Mount Hyjal is insane because it's so trash heavy. Like mages and warlocks, you're just like,
Do we need to talk about MGQ?
oh, that happened. That all of those announces happened while I was within the actual like a Black Temple raid, like the second and only number 2 that my guild actually did of Black Temple, and the changes like got announced in there and chaotic. Oh, if anyone is in part of the Mage Discord, I'm sure you saw chaotic.
Chat saying that it got reverted.
having a time. Oh, did it? Oh,
According
what?
to Nesby and Coldress.
It only is
It doesn't-
working in
it just
PvP. Okay,
That makes sense.
that's
Well, I
that's so
when
much
they-
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have been so mad if
Yeah.
I was a mage. When they first did that, I was like, why would they do that? I was like, and they said because the PvP. I was like, why do you not literally do it out of the PvP portion of it? Like, there's no way that you guys are that lazy to where you're just gonna fucking completely shit on a trinket because you guys don't want to go into the game and do it the proper way.
Yeah,
I can't say it because they did it. Hey, so I'm glad. Thank you.
yeah.
Not thank
Good.
you, 'cause
Actually,
fuck you,
good.
because
Actually,
they're
good job,
mages,
Blizzard.
but thank you for paying attention
Yeah.
and actually doing it the right way.
Yeah, because I think that was so lame. So
Yeah, well, I liked it for selfish reasons, but yeah, it
Yeah.
is super lame, and I'd be pissed as shit if I was a mage and just like, you know what I mean.
also
No,
you'd
mages.
you'd also be pissed because now mages are all gonna go take Skull. You know.
No, they're not. No one's taking my fucking school.
you got real serious real quick on that one.
No,
You
they're
said I'm
not.
straight.
Watch your fucking mouth. Bro.
That's how it was. Oh my god, in my guild, it was about to
That was
be.
Bill Gates' first fucking act right there. He's like, yo, hey,
Yeah.
I saw what you did. That's why we bought this. We thought you guys were stupid. We bought your company. There's no way you're that dumb to do that to MGQ. So we're buying this company and we're gonna fix it.
Yeah. Bill Gates. Bill Gates. All right. Mages get Skull Prio. Warriors get Glaives. And
Well,
we're
mages,
good.
I'm glad you got your trinket back.
Yeah.
Okay?
Congrats, mages. You're back. You're alive again.
God damn it, shiny.
But on this boss, he drops the Pillar of Ferocity, which is like pretty juicy for ferals, but they can just go for like PvP. Pretty sure PvP is their bis. Yeah, Vengeful Gladiator is just nuts. Oh my god. Yeah, that thing is just super good. So I think all of them are looking at the PvP. But like people that don't PvP, this is what you get instead. And this healing shield is pretty juice. I also want to say it's bis, but I literally am forgetting after like I had looked at every bis list so many times and I'm literally like, no, I'd have to like check every time. And that's like the point of having them all in one place, right? You can just be like, what is on the bis list? And I think that's it. Yeah, Bastion of Light. So Anetheron finally drops like the real actually starts dropping really good loot. I think this like the belt is just really really nice.
You link that?
Yeah. Here I'll link it right in there. So you can grab it right in chat, or I'll just send it to you directly.
I see. I got it.
Yeah. So they're finally nice things, and that boss, another easy one that you just like basically slap through. Moving on towards Kaz'rogal, but now we finally have new waves.
Yep. Now the trash actually does get easier to wipe on.
Yes.
You have
significantly.
You have 2 sets of waves. You have sets of waves, and then a boss, and a set of waves, and a boss. This next set of wave is not as bad, but that last set is like rough. This is actually where you see a lot of the wipes.
Yep, 100%. So like, right out the gate, with the first wave, nothing crazy here. Just like tank everything up. You can use the little post. Like where the mobs come in from, there are 2 like horde towers. You can use the one on the left to LOS things to get it over to you, which like I recommend doing for sure. But for the first wave, it's like not bad at all. You just burn it down once the tank has aggro. And all of this, I definitely recommend like exercising a little bit of caution. Just like let the pally, let the pally get his threat. Don't underestimate it, because like again, it's not worth it to wipe.
Yeah.
The second wave, like this where they throw a little curveball at you, is like you've got 4 ghouls at the very front, and like you're just like, what the hell? But there are actually 10 gargoyles that spawn way in the back by all the troll hunters in the back area. So what we did for those, and like what I think I've seen a lot of other groups doing as well, is like you just send people, like send some hunters, some casters to the very back, send a healer back with them, probably like a resto druid who can travel for him back there. Send a healer back with the hunters, and then like let them, as soon as you establish aggro on the gargoyles, you can pull them down to the ground just by running.
Yeah.
So what we do is we use like there's a big Tauren tent. Yeah, sorry, let me make sure. Yeah, there's a huge Tauren tent right there on screen, and you can just LOS that corner. And those Tauren warriors pump, dude. Like they do war stomp and everything. They're so useful.
Yeah.
So just pull everything around that corner, put the gargoyles there, and like it'll all just melt. And I think that's the only time I have on here that we actually ended up using the tent was during that pull. There are other pools where the gargoyles come in, but like it just made sense to go elsewhere. So we'll talk about that when we get there. But yeah, for that one, that's just the big move. The wave immediately after that, you've got to, I believe it's the one immediately after that, you've got to be careful with the necromancers. Like, I'll be honest, dude, necromancers are actually like the big scare.
They clap.
Trash, dude. They clap so hard. Like the A-bomb, everything else is like a distraction. Those like the trick honestly is just to stagger their cast. Go ahead.
Well, curse the tongues and just spam arcane bombs. That's what you're using.
That's where the arcane bombs become like so nice. Yep. Yeah. The arcane bombs become really good.
You don't even have to worry about it because you have so many engineers in your guild. You should at least have quite a few engineers in your guild. You have some at least. And with just a handful of them, you can literally eliminate that whole wave. Not the whole wave, but them out of that wave, which makes it
right.
And you can see like in the background on my screen, like they're just back there casting, and like we have normal nades because we didn't have arcane bombs on us. You can also use like if you have blood elves who have the AoE silence, you can also use that. But like arcane bombs are just like everyone can get use out of those, and you're gonna kill these mobs. And once they're all grouped up, everything will die a lot faster. But if they all get like all of the casts go off on like one person, like they'll just get slapped.
They don't cost too much to make, but now they're probably going to cost a little bit more once
everyone starts talking about it.
Once everybody starts talking about it. Typically, I would look right now, but arcane crystals you need for them, I believe. You can farm them up pretty easily. They're not that expensive. I mean, they might be expensive if you buy arcane bombs, yes. But if you go make them yourself, you'll be fine. Jump runs back on the menu, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it works because you can get Thornleans from there too, and you can use Thornleans quite a few places too. I mean, also,
I've been very surprised by
training dummies. Training dummies have helped here a lot too, even.
A big thing that like we ended up doing is we didn't have any arcane bombs, so we just like sent me and the other. We have the pally tank, and then I was there, and we had a feral druid, and we just went out and like use some stuns, use like any sort of Sarthe mentioned like the blood elf interrupts, like anything you can to just as long as you can stagger the cast so they're not all landing at once. If they're if they're coming in and they're just hitting like staggered, it's still fine as long as you've got like a little window for a heal to hit the tank. Then you're probably fine. But it's when you get hit with all of them at once, I mean, your tank will melt if they happen. So
these gargoyles are annoying too. They're probably some of the most annoying ones.
These are the ones that are
easy to handle.
They're so spread out. Is like it just will take time.
Well, the same way as if you have someone pull aggro and run away a little bit, or just kick them. Another thing, that a lot of these things is I had a Fell Hunter out for a while since a lot of the trash is AoE capped anyway. You know, the damage isn't that big of a deal. You don't have to do that. But also, you can seed these. If they're in the air, you can. Right now, they're seeding them. But if they're in the air, how the fucking I don't know how terrain works or whatever is as long. Imagine a pillar, right? And if they're in that pillar all the way up to the sky, you can hit them technically by the ground. So right now they're in the air. You can seed on the bottom, and it'll blow up the guys on the top. You don't need them to come to the ground.
I'll go through and actually make note of it here because like the best way to handle this pack is there's a hut directly to your left on screen, Sarthe, like a little bunker for the horde. Yeah. And you can run down into that bunker, and when you're like have like literally everybody on wave 6 here run into that bunker, like have your people like hit. No. There's like it's right now like looking at the screen. It's to Sarthe's right.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. So. Yeah, you have some people go out, get aggro, and have like just everybody wait in that bunker. And it creates LOS. So right here, all the gargoyles just run straight in and just get compacted into that, and you can just nuke everything down. And realistically, everything should be dead by the time the worm spawns.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. Okay. That also, Frostworm. We didn't say it yet, but.
It's just like in Blood Temple, if you get aggro on him and run away, he'll move towards the ground so that everyone can.
Well, also, you don't have to run it. We just have a Shadow Priest, specifically a Shadow Priest. When they come in the range, tank it wherever he is. Just move out of the way and have him stand there and tank it. Everybody else, as long as he'll be able to grab it right away. As long as he has the aggro, that means everybody else can have
everyone
aggro.
else can
hit
use
them, and that's because your mages and your warlocks should be AoEing. After they're done with the AoE, then you guys can go free up and kill the Frostworm. But in the meantime, a Shadow Priest can't do a motherfucking thing. So just have them go on the Frostworm. Oh, I hate it, bro. I have an alt Shadow Priest, and I mean, I want to blow my fucking brains out right now. And Mount Hyjal, so boring, man.
Oh yeah, try dotting everything, dude.
And they want to go, yeah, but you should put Shadow Weaving up on all the Get away from me, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I will fucking respec Holy Nova, some weird funky build, just so I can fucking spam Holy Nova.
But yeah, I mean, after that, like honestly, you've got the next wave after that, there's another frost worm. It's a little annoying, but I mean, everything will be dead. The worms, they're like they look so much scarier than they actually are, dude. Like,
they look you know
what I mean?
I wish I could get them out.
Just wait.
Wrath of the Lich King mount. That's my favorite mount. That's literally still the mount I use in retail is the OG Frostworm mounts, and not even the like 25-man one because that like is like the bloodied one or whatever.
The 10-man's actually cooler.
Yeah,
like
the blue is just it's great.
Yep, for sure. It's best.
I actually got the Blue Dragon on my Lich King server recently.
I saw that the Malagos one, right, or whatever. Yeah.
Everybody's mad that I won it. I was just a casual and won it. They're like, pass on it. I was like, I'm not fucking passing on this. I don't care if I play this.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not passing on this. I play this once a week. I'm flying on this once a week.
Yeah, I have ashes, so I'm like I'm gonna want all the cool stuff. I want plagued and all that stuff, but I got the ashes, and I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, with like a low roll, right?
So we so like I mentioned, we have 2 raid groups in our guild. So like when Thanksgiving weekend came, like we had to like just do a joint run, and both of our groups run prio lists. So it was like, well, how are we gonna do a prio list with 2 separate groups? So we were like, fuck it, we'll just do an SR run, and we allowed everybody to do 2 SRs. And like, I don't need any loot out of TK, so I just put them both on ashes as a meme. Yeah. And like, there were like 8 other people who had done the same thing, but they all backed out and like went for loot, and I didn't. So it dropped, and I like won it with a 46. It was beautiful.
The 46 ashes is just like
46.
What a good feeling, man.
Yes,
what a good feeling.
It dropped again.
Riding my Stingray, waiting for my Nether Drake.
It dropped again, and I rolled a 100 on it. But like, I have a clip of that happened. I think it was on stream, but like it was sick.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, but now it's like any cool mount I get, like, oh well.
All right.
Kaz'rogal.
Nothing too crazy besides a little cripple, a little bit of a war stomp in the area, and some cleave that acts like it does, right? But the damage is split between the tank and the off tanks.
Yeah. Yep.
The main thing is the Mark of Kaz'rogal. It's a mana burns you, okay? Mana burn applied to all mana used this last 5 seconds. If your mana hits 0, you explode for 11k. More on that. It burns you for 3,000 mana over 5 seconds. If he starts that cast and you are under 3,000, you're going to die. It doesn't matter if you gain the mana. If you're at 2,500 mana and he starts it and you use something, it's not going to matter. If he goes into a casting and you are under 3,000 at all, you're going to blow up, even if you get mana back on it.
Yeah.
Cool thing people don't really say about, but you got to watch out for that. And this is actually really easy to do, except for, I mean, if you're a warlock, right? You see how he says, are you showing the
yeah, I'll show it. It is towards the end of the fight, I was I was pumping too, and I was like, dude, like 2.6k DPS, and I'm in here, and this is again the first day I had ever like attempted to melee weave, so I'm like memeing with it. I hadn't even like figured out like practiced any rotation or even like looked at what the exact rotation was. And then right now I'm about to get it. I have like 20% mana, and I just like totally forgot about it. And I'm standing right next to the melee people. I'm like, this is gonna happen, isn't it? Also, the war stomp, not juice, and there it is. I get it right there, and everybody
running away. Psych.
I just release instantly. Yeah, I literally just insta release. Like, oh.
He's working on the BT one right now, Madness. It'll be up in a little bit. It'll be up on everybody's channel.
Like I even have like Thames. The Thames pack is yelling for me. Mana low, running away, and I just fully ignore it and blow up.
Yeah. So obviously, as you guys can see, if your mana runs out, you blow up everybody around you. Go to the graphic of the placement he has.
Yeah.
Which is really, you just stack everybody up in one point. Obviously, you face the boss away because of the cleave, and then you just stack everybody up in one little spot, and then we put the warlocks off to the side as he puts there. Like you have the raid spread out, and I don't even have the raid spread around the boss. We just have everybody. We have all the raid in one group, and then the warlocks in their own group, like 10 feet away. The reason is they can life tap. So if something blows up, they're not going to kill your warlocks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Who cares if everybody else blows up? But idealistically, you see the weak order telling you run out. You run out. Classes are using. Everyone's using a demonic rune. Everyone's using a. I mean, well, not everybody, but mana users, mana posture, potions. You're doing everything you can do to stay alive. It doesn't matter about DPS that much. Everybody stands in that middle. If it gets to the point where you know you're not gonna have the mana, you run out and die by yourself. Like you can't be greedy. Don't fucking sit there. You gotta run out and die by yourself. That's every class. Warlocks, you shouldn't have this issue because you get a life tap. Mages do whatever you can do. I don't know, mana gems, all that stuff. That's it. That's all. You can spread around the boss too. That works as well. I like to have everybody on one point and then
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like if you trust, you know what I mean. If you trust your group with it, then go for it.
Yep.
But as far as like the dad guild like safe strat, definitely just like spread it, have your warlock stack somewhere else, and like you're good to go. The big thing to look out for is like his cleave. I recommend on this fight getting Thrall engaged on the boss. Just be careful that Thrall isn't getting cleaved by the boss because like cleave is pretty gnarly. It's operates a little bit differently from other cleaves in that like it's a large amount of damage split amongst the raid, whereas like most boss cleaves, it's like the tank, he gets hit and it resets swing timer, but it's a danger to like your low health DPS and all that stuff. But this one's a little bit differently, or operates differently. So you just want to make sure that you're like that Thrall isn't really just getting annihilated by that, and you should be fine.
Is it a full 360 cleave?
No, I believe it's just frontal.
Still frontal, yeah.
Okay. It's still frontal, so it's just a matter of making sure he's not facing Thrall,
all soakers.
Have you ever ran any test runs on the PTR where Thrall die and it just like reset?
Yeah,
I hadn't seen it.
It takes him a while to die, but that's how you get a reset. That's why when you see like a wipe
that would be the worst.
You're just waiting forever for it to reset. That's what you're waiting for, is Thrall to die, and then that after effect of like shit resetting.
And honestly, dude, wiping in the Horde base, because we did wipe once in the Horde base. We wiped once in both bases, like across like the 2 weeks of testing, like and it was like I felt like the Horde wipe was way worse because all of your allied mobs are like everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you have to. It just takes so long for them to die, dude. And it might
all
just
of the Taurens need to die, and Thrall.
Yeah.
Until he gets aggro. Wiping here is just the worst thing you can do.
That mark of Kaz can be resisted.
Yeah.
You can remove with ice blocks. Like someone said in chat, you can remove with ice block, vanish, divine shield, and all that. It lets you skip. You know what I mean? And also Drew
cloak.
Can shape shift.
I assume you can
shape
cloak
shift it. Yeah, it lets you skip that one version of it, but it also can be resisted. I'm not saying
it won't
bam shadow res, but it can be resisted. So
it won't go on a rogue. So like cloaking won't matter
because you have no mana. Yeah.
Right.
It's no cloaking rogues. Dang it. I haven't played a rogue in so long. So this is another easy boss for the most part. I think Mount Hyjal in general
healers can wear healers. You guys can stack some shadow res if you want. It doesn't really matter, and you're just trying to keep everybody alive, and you can have a good chance of resisting the mark altogether. For healers, you're already kind of because there's not a lot of damage going out on that fight. It's just that it's mainly that mechanic of the burst of the falling on mana.
Yeah, loot wise, leggings of channeled elements. Pretty juice for you casters, right?
Yeah. They're really good. Yeah. The option is for warlocks, you have 4-piece connecting with your chest and running those, or you have 4-piece connecting with pants and running vestments. So
Yeah.
Either way, it's pretty good. It's like a 3 sim difference.
The hammer,
about
which is like super strong for healing. I don't know if anyone's going to use the shield.
Nice.
The shoulders for hunters, you can use it as like your off piece. You can. It's not like ideal, but these are like the alternate shoulders, which are like kind of nice.
The shield's solid, for the record. Like, we're talking about me taking that shield and giving the first bulwark to our pally tank just to smooth out the damage coming in. On like at that point, Hyjal trash won't be an issue, but we could just start peeling back on healers and just getting more DPS in, then like we may just do that. It's like pretty much like a 1-to-1 upgrade to the Aldora Legacy Defender, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
The only difference is it's a yellow socket instead of blue, but like whatever. But yeah, it's pretty solid. But I mean, like realistically, you could go all the way through. I mean, I did like literally all of the content on PTR using the Gruul shield and like no problem. But technically speaking, that's like our first upgrade since phase 1 as far as shields go. So
Okay. Nice.
Looks the Chad like.
Yeah.
it's pretty dope.
Oh, bulwark, but it looks dope.
Yeah, of course.
It has like an actual animation, which is kind of tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gross looking shield.
Get out of here, Taco. That's just false. That is sick. That is
Yeah.
great. Look at that.
And then hunters get these nice little shoulders to hang out with. And Sun Touch chain leggings, oof. Very strong 3 sockets also. So
Looking thick.
yeah.
Besides the female.
This boss has like I wouldn't blue suede shoes. I forget who wants these. Do warlocks want these?
No.
Yeah. This boss
Absolutely
has like
not.
pretty decent gear, but not like insane gear. And then that's when like after him is where like trash starts being like these trash waves can be annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing you just dealt with, but a lot worse.
Yeah.
And just different combinations that make it worse.
Yep.
You just deal with it's nothing too crazy. You just deal with the mobs the same way. Our Infernals have been introduced yet? This is when Infernals get introduced.
They come in now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, you get Infernals now, which is just literally a giant Infernal that can be stunned, CC'd, coiled, fucking banished, everything besides enslaved, and you just kill them as you come in. We don't even banish. We don't do anything to them. But if you need to, you can. Just you can do whatever you want. You can also, they'll drop on the NPCs. Just let them chill out there on the NPCs. The NPCs will fuck them up. Then you guys can just finish the ones that come into you. And then obviously the pally tank during the waves that have like, that have some of those. And then the other ads, the pally tank's just gathering the small ads and bringing them together like butt cheeks, and you guys see them down.
Yeah, the other thing you get here is you start getting the Fel Stalkers, which do a mana burn, or like do like a mana bolt. But like honestly, like so, I remember servers like in private servers, which I didn't do any like BC on private servers, but I've just been like in just research. I've been like watching it. It looks like your pally tank could just get annihilated by mana bolts because like they're holding everything. But I think that's just like spaghetti code on the servers because like these, there's never an issue we had. They just kind of pick a random target and mana bolt it. It's like honestly, it's not even that scary. You just hit them, you can nuke them down, and you're good to go basically.
Yeah, that's all they do is nuke them down. Remember Arcane Torrent, Arcane Bombs again. This is about their backs. The Arcane Bombs are getting used. They're so easy. Pally tanks gathering all these up while you guys are just singly picking off Infernals the whole time.
Yep.
Hunters can MD them to other people so they don't have to run way out of the way to get them, and you just clap them up. They're not that bad. It's when they're all together towards the end of the waves. It's like waves 6 and 7 that are just like, yo, you want to restart this now? Because those are the ones that are actually kind of rough.
So I will say, wave number 1 here is the only one where we did anything kind of like.
I think that's a scary wave. 6 Necromancers.
It's awful. Like I'll be like, this is the wave that we ended up wiping on when we did wipe, and this is like where I was just like, okay, we're gonna 5-head this. It's longer, and like honestly, with the utilization of arcane bombs, you probably can just completely avoid this. But like if you don't have those, what we ended up doing is we had everybody except for like 2 healers and then the 3 tanks go and hide in the bunker that I was talking about before. Just wait there, and then we had our pally tank get base aggro and just run back towards the bunker. And on the way there, because like the casters they can't hit him, he's out of range. Everything's following him. We just had the off tanks go ahead and pick up the necromancers as they came in. Yeah. And once we all had aggro outside and like we knew the main tank wasn't going to die, everybody came out of the bunker and just started in, and then you just kill it there.
Damn. Yeah.
So we just like pull everything back, let the off tanks sit on the side, pick up the necromancers, and then everybody just comes and kills it. Once you know that your main tank won't die, because
That works.
good news, like I guess like if you wipe on this wave, it's the first wave, so like cool, but like just don't. It's so bad.
You shouldn't wipe on these
So
waves. I feel
bad.
like they don't even get hard until like the 5th, 6th, and 7th wave.
Yeah.
That tower in the beginning. Another way to do it is that tower. I like that bunker.
That
idea.
tower on the
in
left.
beginning. We just
Mhm.
stack up there in LOS.
Mhm.
Then
Yeah,
everything, nothing can hit you because they're running down the way. Nothing can hit you, and then you have everybody right there. So when everything stacks up and builds the corner, arcane bombs are going out, arcane torrents are going out, and then all you gotta do is chain arcane bombs for not even that long while everybody else is AOEing and they're dead.
Yeah, like I
And
said,
those
as soon as your healers find stability on your pally tank, you're good. Like that's
Mhm.
literally all you're looking for, and then you're solid.
Yeah.
Easy.
For wave 3, I put down the meat in the middle. It's where you get 6 ghouls and you've got eight infernals. Just pull the ghouls back and just pick up the infernals and just kind of meet everything in the middle and cleave it all down. For
Mhm.
the groups with really, really high DPS, honestly, dude, like y'all can probably just like kill the 6 ghouls at the front and have everybody go pick up the infernals together. You know what I mean? You can just nuke them all down and just go on an infernal hunting party.
Mhm.
One thing about the infernals to keep in mind is like they can spawn basically anywhere in the arena. I think there's a map somewhere. If I can find it, I'll put it in
There
here
is,
for
yeah.
everybody. But like of like the infernal spawns, there's some that spawn like way back by Thrall, like around the corner and all that are annoying. So
Yeah.
just gotta find all those.
Yeah, they are predetermined spots as well. You were right
Yeah.
about that.
Go
Cool.
grab them all and bring them all up together.
That's what we do. We just have to, go empty this one to this one and go around here and grab this one because you'll rip aggro if you just dot them up or anything.
Yeah. And then
Run
again,
them-
it's
run them-
just
run
like
them in.
the necromancer cast and the fellstalker is just like as long as those casts don't go out and like hard clap a tank, you should be fine.
Well, if you look at the waves, you have your arcane bombs are off wave 1. They're off again back when you get to wave 5 and 6. So you just have to eat one of those waves without it, right? So you can either or split them if it depends on how many engineers you have. But you have like arcane bombs. Is it trivialized or detrivialized? Whatever. The arcane bombs make this shit like comical.
You trivialize it, yeah.
Yeah, it makes it comical. But that's if you guys. I'm trying to think in terms of like casual guilds. I still think they have engineers, right? I think so. I feel like even in casual guilds, there's those handful of sweaties that are in there just hanging out with their friends, right? I
Yeah.
feel like there. So if you are in there and you have engineering, or if you're kind of like, I'm a healer and I don't really have engineering, but I could get it because I'm just doing nothing with it. Yeah, this would be the best time in all of the expansion to have engineering is this one raid rare.
Yeah.
Spicy take.
And also you just get so much damage from explosives. It's like
You're not spamming arcane
Unreal.
bombs to them. You're spamming them because it silences them for 5 seconds. So you only need one person to throw one
5
arcane bomb and it
seconds.
stuns them for 5 seconds.
and then they're all
by the
grouped up.
Yeah, and they're grouped up, and then one more arcane bomb from somebody else is another 5 seconds, and then they're dead by then. That's 10 seconds of seed damage going out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or seed, and don't forget the mages they pump. So that's all AoE damage, not just warlocks. But yeah, you have 2, and you only need 2 maybe in a soul guild, 3 once they're stacked up, and that's 25 raider. But once again, I know not everybody's using engineering, but as you can see, even just having 2 engineers can eliminate so much trouble in one wave, especially in this wave because these are annoying, like he said. But like I said, I think the 6th and 7th and 8th wave are the hardest. But 1 through 6 are still rough, and if you can get back them, and then you wipe on the 8th one, you're just ultra triggered. It's so demoralizing to like when you're in a raid and you guys are just like you're after work or you're just like I don't want to raid tonight, but I have to, and it's going smooth, and you say those nights where you just keep wiping, it gets a million times worse in Mount Hyjal than it is in any other raid because it's not just a wipe and run back for 10 minutes to the boss. It's a wipe, running back to your own for 10 minutes, and then you have to do all this trash for 20-minute waves, and then maybe wipe again on the same thing.
You
Still
can
watching
actually,
Netflix or whatever
It's
it is.
genuinely the most like disheartening thing that you can do. And like the thing about classic, right, is like it's like very much like a social game. So it's like when you're playing it, it's like as soon as the tilt energy is existing in the raid, it's like, oh, it's so hard to get it back on track after that, dude.
you have to stay on
'cause it
top of
ruins the
that.
move.
Yeah.
Yeah. It like ruins, like, you get that just like that. My guild is guilty of that too. It'll be like, yo, we're all vibing, but then when a couple things go wrong, it's like people get a little bit of attitude, but now nobody's even talking, but you can feel the aura of the guild.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like, all right, everybody's in a shitty mood now. There's why are you dying? Next thing you know, it just cascades down. Like, this is the worst place to do that.
Yeah. That was actually one of my I used to talk about this all on stream all the time when like back in like even like AQ and BWL and MC days. My old raid leader I thought was like one of just the best people I've ever seen at getting like at rallying people in their morale or like when things go wrong. He was so good at it when like things went wrong in raids. He was so good at like keeping people together. And I think that's like it's massive for like the cohesiveness of a raid, but also like this is the raid where if things go wrong and you wipe, like you're just gonna be like, dude, I don't want to come back. Like, no, you know?
Yeah,
You're supposed to come in here and just slap through it, like chill after you went all try hard in Black Temple.
Yeah, and it's like honestly, man, like something that's like really important too for like everybody to remember for this phase is like this phase is going to be much easier. We're going to get through this phase much faster than we got through the last phase as far as content goes.
Yeah.
So it's like if you want to maintain like raider retention and keep people like here, like you gotta do like, you know, everything you were just saying. Like you need this is really going to be testing like the raid leader's abilities to like keep everybody positive and make them want to keep playing the game because like we're going to hit a drought here. Like this is like start getting people on alts, have alt runs going, like do things to keep people engaged because like and do everything you can to not have those moments in raid nights where it just like feels like shit because it's so difficult to get it back on track. And this is the phase like where we're gonna be here for a while. I'm curious to see how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Let's move on to this fight. So you want to go ahead and explain this fight before I do? You can go first. The Cosmo.
Sorry, yeah. What's for Azgalor?
Just ask fight to them. Yeah, you can go first.
Yeah, so like, all right. What we ended up doing, and I think I just saw you doing as well on stream in the VOD, was like, as soon as you pull with an MD, just get Thrall engaged, pull him over to like this little fork in the roads here. And we have everybody spread around. He does like a Howl of Azgalor, which is a silence. Silences you for 5 seconds. It can be resisted with SR. Not like honestly nothing to worry about. It's just a part of the fight you gotta deal with. Does a cleave. This cleave is different from the other cleaves in that like, or from the one on the previous
cleave,
boss.
You know what not to do.
Yep, exactly. Just stay out of it. Don't be in front of it. For tanks, like put your back up against that post because this cleave does a knockback. So just that's why you pull him over there. So that's part of the reason why. Another part of the reason is he casts Doom, where he's just like, this is one of those really fun bosses where Blizzard said like, you want to parse, do it next week, because you just get targeted with Doom and after 20 seconds you die. That's the mechanic. So what we have our people do is you're going to get targeted and you're going to run over to the Tarn Warriors. So like, yeah, if you're looking at the spreadsheet, if you're facing, you know, the spawn point, they're going to be over to your right by those tents. You have a tank there ready to pick them up. And what we recommend doing, and down on the assignments tab under the Azgalor section, you'll see like I set up a Soulstone rotation or a B-Res rotation, where as soon as someone gets hit with Doom, put a Soulstone on them because you're not going to use them on Archimonde. So you can just go ahead and set up rotation now, so that as soon as they die, they can get back into the fight. But once they die, they spawn a little Doom Guard, and you have just an off tank over there keeping those alive and like letting them fight with the Tarn Warriors. We don't nothing I've seen shows that you need to kill them down. It really looks like even more so than the Infernals back on Anethron, you can just leave these things alone and let the Tarn Warriors do their thing. Have a healer dedicated to keeping that tank alive, and you should honestly be fine. One more thing to worry about on the boss is like he casts a Rain of Fire. Pretty large range, but I'm pretty sure I've seen like a lot of people saying that you can actually range it as a ranged DPS. Yeah. You can be like far outside of the range of it and be totally fine. So I may actually update that graphic with like a circle and just showing like ranged can actually be outside of that. But yeah, I mean like all in all, super simple boss. Like have a rotation going for Soulstones because again, you're not going to use them on Archimonde. If anybody dies on Archimonde, we'll talk about that later. It's going to be a problem anyway. So just exhaust yourself of the option now, so you don't have the excuse in the back of your head of like, oh, it doesn't matter. But yeah, super simple fight. All things considered.
All right, so good explanation, my friend. I will just add that no, it's to add. I would add with that Rain of Fire, it is 30 yards plus. So you want every single person, unless it's like you can't, like a Shadow Priest, at 30 yards.
Yeah.
If you are over 30 yards at all times and nobody is baiting you, if you are 30 yards and one person is 29 yards, he will drop that on everybody. You literally need to be at 30 yards. So you can put everybody at 30 yards, put the Shadow Priest away from everybody else. So if they bait a fire out, they can run away. The thing about this AoE is it does a shit ton of damage on instantly when it goes out. Like there's no waiting like a Warlock Rain of Fire. It's instant, and it also leaves a fucking heavy dot on it too.
Yeah, it's a dot.
It's a dot. It's an impact and a dot. It is absolutely fucking. That's the most important thing of this fight, I would say, besides the Doom. And for the Doom, what he said is perfectly fine. We're a little more hardcore of a guild, and we don't even tank the Dooms. We just have the Doom run off on Torrents and let the Torrents deal with them the whole time. And and then the next person who gets a Doom, we drop it off on top of Thrall, and the Thrall whip its ass, and then we whip the boss's ass. And
So you don't even
literally just
engage
didn't-
Thrall in the beginning.
No,
you let
something-
you just
Yeah, we
Okay.
just dump. You can. This works perfectly, right? You can. We dump right there just so we can have all of our DPS and we don't have to worry about the tanks and stuff. However, if Torrens or something goes down, obviously Thrall's not going to die. But if the Torrent, when they get finished off, turn and point, blam at them, right? Because this is the last boss. It doesn't really matter. And then the Howl can be resisted with SR, but you don't really need to. I mean, it happens. It's a silence for 10 seconds. I don't think it's 5. I actually think it's 10 seconds. I could be wrong on that though.
Okay.
And
I'll check
it's also every 20 seconds or something.
Yeah.
It's it's very often. I wouldn't suggest like wearing Shadow Res for it. You could if you're like a healer because there's not a lot of healing on this fight.
You'd have to full
But there
resist
is a
it, though,
neck-
yeah.
Yeah, there's a neck that you can get from Rampart or from Hellfire. No, from one of the Hellfire dungeons, heroic, as well as one of the raid bosses. It's like 36 spell power, but it also gives you like a 20 or 30% chance to reduce any silence.
That's
I mean,
actually
you can
huge.
Yeah, you can sacrifice some crit. Me personally, I sacrifice some crit and some hit, and I slap that fucking neck on, and then it's
Yeah,
whatever.
that's huge. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's gnarly.
Oh, that's why we're here, baby.
Yeah.
That's why we're here, baby. Also, the cleave is not shared.
Yeah, this is
yeah.
Yeah, it's just a normal one, just for those who are wondering.
Yeah.
Yep. Standard cleave. Just like it does a little bit of a knockback on it. That's all.
Yeah. The hardest thing is probably just people worrying, like, if they don't tank the Doomwalkers, but just bring them out. Like, the Torrents can deal with them for the most part.
And even if you do tank them, since you will have tanks anyway, there's nothing wrong with you doing that. If you want
Yeah.
to, there's absolutely no reason to do that. You can
Don't
even
they
just
have an AoE
on it on the
stun?
Torrents and have your tank up
They
in
do.
DPS or something.
Yeah.
That's like. So yeah, the
just
Doom
don't
Guards have
stand near
they
'em
do a worse
for
stomp.
a DPS, yeah. It's not really like
I've
that
seen some
intimidating.
groups. I've seen some groups say that they bring it in and just like tank it on top of the boss, but
Mhm.
like you're just
Leave
kind of
it
griefing
down.
your melee DPS, in my opinion, with the war stomps. Like,
Yeah, so pretty fast fight. You can really just tank them out, leave them alone, burn them. If you bait the fire, if you guys are having to, it's very important for the fire because if you guys are having to move, that's a lot of DPS less on the boss, especially because you're already getting silenced a lot. Your CDs are getting fucked up because of the silence. You don't want to have to move at all. It's like very crucial. If you see a fire and you're getting hit by it and you know you're 30 yards by looking at your fucking action bars and seeing that it's red or whatever, then you get a range meter, then you're griefing your raid. Because if you guys stay out 30 yards, you guys won't have to move the whole time unless you get Doom. And you're just full pumping the boss. It's amazing.
Yeah. And the Morgrim Tidewalker neck reduces duration of any silencer net by 20%. So
And there's another one that comes out of I think Hellfire or something. It does the same thing, but it is pretty much the same thing, but a little bit less than this. It's not as strong.
easy.
yeah, it's gnarly.
Just a little random shit, no big deal.
No big
Love
deal.
to see it.
All right, Azgalor, what do you got to drop for us? Our first tier gear, gloves.
Handy.
Oh.
Warlock Prio every time. Okay, maybe not. Prop Pally once, and then bring it to me.
Man, Fury Warriors get like these gloves are pretty nuts. The armor pen is great. Also for hunters, the armor pen is great, and for restos, this is really strong.
But are you going Prop Warrior first?
Yeah,
Are you
Cosmo.
going Prop Warrior first with your tier?
I'll be real with y'all. Prot Warrior tier is dog shit. I'm rolling PvP pieces, then I'm taking like the DPS shoulders and chest. I'm pretty sure. Like you don't even touch it.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm. I think the legs are good. Like I'll be honest with you, and like I know I got some like my raiders in here, and like I'm on their asses about sending me their business list. I haven't made mine yet. I'm trash, but like I'm just like I'm trying to figure out how hard I want to go on PvP this phase. So, but as far as like prot tier, nah. Like if your prot warrior tank is saying that he needs the tier, like tell him to go look at Fight Club because like he doesn't. He just doesn't.
Because he just doesn't. Warlock, you get to fight your prop paladin?
Yeah, obviously I'm trolling, but it's prop
Yeah.
paladin first. It's not a fight. 100% gives prop paladin. It's 10% damage on their content crate. I don't need to talk Warlocks into agreeing with that, right? I hope.
Yeah. And then Feral
Priest,
Druid
Holy
is
Shadow.
probably going to take the first, unless this is the piece that Feral doesn't want. But the Feral set
I think
bonus
that's.
is
I actually think that's Rogue Prio, bro. Rogue 4-piece.
Rogue 4-piece is super juice, and this armor pen is
Yeah, I know,
actually
that's why I
juice.
said-
This
Yeah, I think it's Rogue Prio.
175. Oh, if only Warriors could have this on their gloves. 175, they get 91. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
What
crazy.
is Rogue? What is Rogue? That's funny. I don't know. Sarthe doesn't even know anymore. I thought I remember one day thinking Sarthe played a Rogue, but I don't know what happened, bro. I guess I was tripping. I guess I'm colorblind. Maybe it wasn't yellow and it was green this whole time.
Both of these legs are also really solid. Bosich and Shady Dealers are both really solid legs. Shady Dealers, I think Feral DPS absolutely love, and chess piece for healers. Boundless Agony hunters are just looking at this like oof, but no one's fighting you for it, so just sweep it up. Yeah. I used to be a rogue, now I'm leveling my warrior.
Well, I got.
Wait, you cut out. Say it again. Say it again, Crix.
He's fixing his mic, I think.
Okay. Continue. He was like, "Oh, He was trying to say that glaives are rogue prio, but oh man, crazy."
He's tilted. Oh, dude, like I as far as like I was gonna say like I know you're memeing about the glaives, but like I'm pretty like so ours are going to our rogue, but like I genuinely do not have I don't care at all like who they go to between a rogue or warrior. I genuinely think just pick whoever is doing the most for your guild and like just toss it that way.
Yeah, I think that's how 99% of guilds should do it. Like the top 1% of guilds are obviously going to be like, yeah, it's going to your warrior, like your pumper warrior. Like in my guild, like there's not even a question since like.
What you doing, bro?
There he is.
There he is. Can you hear us?
Fuck.
Welcome back, bro. I wonder if you can you hear us, Crix?
I don't know.
Jesus fucking Christ, that was so annoying. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck's happening. I think my Go LXR is like it's old, so I think it's literally shitting on me. And when it does shit on me, it like I can't hear or like it shuts down all my audio for like however long that was.
And do you have to reset it completely?
No, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I reset it completely. I think I need like I don't fucking know. But what I was gonna say was, since Rogan, I mean, what are you doing in listening? Are you going hunter?
Me? Oh, I'm going rogue, dude. I'm going rogue, dude.
Yeah.
I'm going back to rogue, man.
As long as you give me
fan of knives.
Oh man.
I don't know. You must have not seen Hunter's Pomp yet, huh? Because Survival Hunter's like absolutely topping everything that we do.
Yeah, like, but you just opened Uldwar, right? Like you guys just opened Uldwar?
Yeah. Guess what's topping?
Long con, man.
Hunter Warlock's dropping, yeah. Hunter Affliction. Survival Hunter and Affliction Warlock. Specifically on Survival Hunters.
But wait till you get to ICC. ICC is where like that's like
you know what?
I'm
raid. Tired of every time the list clicking is talked about, everybody goes ICC. Hey, that's not out yet. But that's like talking about Sunwell in the beginning of fucking TV.
Well, that's why I'm not going. That's why I'm not going warrior. That's why I'm not going warrior in.
Oh, true. Yeah, because they're chiefs.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold up.
Yeah. Wait, sorry, cause that's why I'm not going warrior DPS.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
dude, I can't touch that survival on her chair. She's so good. If they get explosive shot, explosive traps and bonkers, they have huge AoE. They got good single target. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But the thing no one's ever talking about though. You can't. It's the most important thing about rogues. And I mean this. All right. I'll zoom in. I mean it. Like
I'll zoom in on me.
Killing spree's really cool, and that's really important. That's the thing to keep in mind is that like you can pump on any other class. Survival hunters do a lot of damage, explosive shot, whatever. But killing spree, you just teleport everywhere and you do massive damage. That's sick. It's like it's BIS when you consider like the cool factor, and that's what matters. I
mean, rogues are good for tricks of trade. The warlock, so that's all I care about. Give me tricks of trade.
Yeah, but I want to be like an anime character teleporting around.
Exactly.
True.
Sarthe gets it.
Oh wait. Oh what? I know what this.
This is the old. This is the like the retail version.
Oh,
it's an outlaw.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it's like a chain shadow step that attacks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah. Rogues are just cool. Rogues are awesome, and obviously you're insane in PvP still, right? And like, you're gonna have so much fun.
Yeah.
Yo, okay, hold on. So like, Tom's like shitting on the outlaw right now in chat, and like I get it. I won't lie though, that was one of the coolest things ever to me. I was like, yo, because like combat always just felt kind of weird. It's like you're just a fury warrior in leather, but bro, like you're a pirate, a whole ass pirate. You can just pistol shot people. It's dope. It's sick.
Actually,
back in BFA, outlaw was broken.
Dude, it was so good.
It was.
Oh yeah.
It was
related to Hyjal. We don't only talk about like this is a gaming podcast, so when we're talking about Hyjal, we're gonna talk about Hyjal, but we're allowed to divulge whatever the divulge, whatever the word is when you go a different direction. That one. for 5 minutes, brother. You know what I mean? Not Hyjal for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Give us a couple minutes
Dude.
talking about something else.
I remember when
Hyjal, we can only talk about it for so long.
I remember when that first happened, and I was like upset that like so much of your DPS was reliant on a ability that like randomly gave you 1 of 5 buffs.
Yeah,
you know,
stupid.
I was
Roll
like,
bones.
this is the worst. But then you would get roll of bones, and you get all 5 buffs, and you're like, yeah, I'm a god. I'm a god. Yeah, I'm a god. I'm the best player in the game. Like, what do you? Yeah. And you're like doing like 10 times everyone's DPS is like, yeah, dude, what you don't? Yeah, that was obviously.
Yeah, it was so
I
random
never
too.
liked it. I like the assassination always because in retail it's like putting dots up. You were like literally putting dots
yeah,
up.
You're a dot. Yeah,
assassination is
so
my favorite spec for sure.
Yeah, it's
always.
Just literally putting dots up is but poisons obviously, but it bleeds. So it was just really cool.
Yeah,
Killing spree.
There it is.
That was pretty good.
All right. Let's put Archimonde before everybody screams at us.
Yeah. So
Big
real quick,
bad.
Sarthe, I don't know like what POV you've got, but like here's I'm sending it to you in disc. Like,
is
if you want like the MT? Yeah.
Yeah. I just clicked it because it's on.
Kill,
it's on. And maintain POV is like the most important one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty important.
I'll link this for everyone in chat too.
The thing about Archimonde, and like just straight up, as far as like even in the guide, you'll see like I didn't even touch. I didn't really talk about his soul charge in detail because like it truly just doesn't matter. The point is that you don't want to die.
Yeah.
Just like really quickly though, I mean like we start our pool from like back in the day we would start actually on the opposite side. Don't know why the hell we did that.
Pulled from.
Yeah. So we start the pool here. You start mounted and you just follow your tank in. I recommend like your main tank. The Archimonde can't crush. So this is actually like at least I don't think he can. He's a great boss for your for bears to hold.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, go in if you're MT, then like just pop up an Iron Shield and you know start holding him. What I ended up doing, and you'll hear me call it in the VOD, is like I pull him a little bit back from the direction that we pulled from to make more use of that entire space. But honestly, like this whole thing is you want to organize your group into 5. So you've got your melee and you've got 4 marks around that as well. And you need a shaman in every group. We marked our shamans, or at least mark somebody in the group who like that you can trust to like be positionally aware.
Yeah.
Mark that person and make sure everybody stays within range of that person because you need your shamans to be dropping Tremor Totems the entire fight to break fears. Archimonde's going to have this Doomfire that spreads randomly and snakes around. And what can happen is you can actually get feared through that and it puts a nasty dot onto you. If you're a tank and you need to move through it, you'll see me. I end up taking like a tick or 2 in the VOD, but like if you're a tank, you need to run through it for position, you can. But everybody else, you want to stay clear. He's got he casts Airburst randomly throughout the fight. The way you mitigate that is you've got as you're coming down to talk to Archimonde, he gives you or you can talk to Tyrande and she gives you the Tears of the Goddess. There's a really useful weak aura that I also put in the weak auras tab, where it puts a timer on your screen to tell you when to activate your Tears of the Goddess. It's allegedly clickable, but I don't really trust clickable weak auras. I've had really bad luck with them so far, so just utilize that for the timer. And yeah, it'll slow your fall speed. You land safely there. You do not want to die from that. You want to try to maintain somewhat of a loose spread. There's 2 strats that I've heard about here for the Airburst. It's either to have a buddy that you stand next to all the time. That way, you're only ever sending up one other person with you.
Yeah.
Or just maintain a loose spread. So it's whatever you feel more comfortable with. Like trust your raiders. My group, we're just gonna have everybody spread and like just watch your feet.
100% do not do the partner system.
I mean like
do not do the partner system. And when you get it, everybody is gonna have the weak aura, or DBM does it too as well, where it says air burst on me.
Yeah.
You literally it's so fast you kind of don't have time. But as long as you are already spread out, you can go through every 20 all you got. Well, 24 because the tank can't get airburst, right? So the melee need to be really fucking quick on making sure they don't airburst the tank. You guys can all go through that fight without hitting anybody. Yeah. If you ever think for some reason like there's not enough room, there is enough room. You just got to make loosely spread around your totems.
Yep, shouldn't be an issue at all. And like the entire way, I mean, like honestly, like what I've told everybody, so this boss has less health than Gruul. If you only need to give him to 10%. He dies. When you get to 10%, the fight's over. So what I've told everybody is just play like as selfishly as possible and do everything you can to stay alive. The boss will die, as long as you don't. That's like, I know that's like sounds like silly because like that's the case for everybody, but like that's like literally how you kill this boss is you just stay alive.
Kind of like Illidari Council. Like it's not like
literally
you don't need to race to kill it. Just as long as you guys don't wipe, you get it.
Yep. So like if you go through like and you watch the VOD, you'll hear me. I'm making the calls of like the directions that I'm going to be running. I didn't play super optimally here. If you have a warrior main tank, that you can actually stance every fear. So like if for some reason you're out of range of the melee Tremor Totem, it's not an issue. You can stance it every time. But I was just so focused on like where everybody else is at. But yeah, I mean like there's a couple ways that you can handle the fire kiting as well. What I did is what it's important to try to keep in mind, especially if you're a main tank on this fight, is like knowing that like so right there the fire just spawned, so I know that the fire on the far side is going to be despawning soon. Like just keeping a mental note of like what fires spawned first, and always like trying to be moving away from the fire, but know that that's the direction you're going to be moving back.
How many can be up at one time? Only 3?
I think it's 3.
It looks like 3 because the other one just despawned again. Yeah.
So that's what I think it is. Something that I was doing here, and I'm gonna make sure I don't do it, and it's like a word of caution to all main tanks out there is like don't move the boss too much. I did the same thing on Vosh where I was trying to like handhold the melee too much by pulling them away from the fire. Like trust them to not get hit and just like plant, because like the longer you can stand still and just hit the boss, like the faster this is going to go.
Yeah, way more uptime, especially for range.
Definitely. So like just like watching back, looking at the VOD, one of our warlocks, Death Magnet, told me, he was like, yeah, like you definitely moved him around too much. So like good advice, and like definitely something to keep in mind. Like the whole way though, like the fundamental thing here, he also throughout the fight he's casting Grip of the Legion, which is a super nasty curse. So just make sure like with everybody being spread out your decurses throughout the raid as well, throughout the groups, to make sure that you're able to like get the decurse off. But like above all, you just don't want to die. If you die, he casts one of 3 different types of an ability called Soul Charge. Depends on the class that dies. No real need to get into the specifics of it. All of them are bad, and like they're all strictly avoidable. Just don't die. If anybody dies in the fight, it's really easy for it to chain.
Yeah.
Because if one person dies, he does Soul Charge and kills 1 or 2 more people.
Like
then
a
it
silence
chains,
and dot, and you're just like, yeah.
Yep.
Well, Soul Charge does about 4,500 to 5,000 damage on a burst, no matter what. So 2 of the charges can give you burst damage. So 1 is that much damage, and then it increases your damage by 50%. All damage taken. That's with 1 person dying. So if 1 person is at 5,000 and then someone else dies, he's about to lose that health, and he's going to die. And that's how the chain wiping thing. The other one is deals damage and it silences them for 4 seconds, and the other one drains mana, and it does that damage as well over 8 seconds, but then drains a shit ton of mana. So one person dies, it pretty much you're fucked. Also, with Doomfire, one thing to notice is that he kind of does it almost like in a turn-based kind of thing, to where like if you can imagine the whole arena is in halves. If you are on one half of the boss and Doomfire is on my way, it's not going to be on my way again. It's going to go the other way. So you want to run your Doomfires in a straight line out. Don't ever run it in a circle. So like if it hits me, I'm running it in a straight line, getting back to my position, and then the Doomfire is not going to be where I'm going to be again. It's going to be elsewhere. So you're kind of like, say the Warlock group, we have our Shaman, and our Decursor by us, so we can get make sure Decursor's by us, and we get one path our way. We know move out of that and make it so when we get feared, we're not going to get chain feared into it, and then we're good to pump for at least a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, like just looking back on it, like it was a clean kill. We didn't have anybody die, but like it would have been a shorter kill had I just like kept him still for longer.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
like that's like super important to keep in mind, especially like I said for main tanks.
And you're only running. Oh, you do have. I looked on the healing meter. There's only 4 people up there, but it looks like you have 6 healers.
I think we ran.
Right?
Yeah, I think we ran 6 on PTR. We're trying to decide if we're gonna do 5 or 6 on live. I think we're gonna do 6 for progression to keep it safe. But but yeah, like all in all, like super. Again, like the boss. It seems like there's a lot going on. I feel like for a lot of people, as soon as you start seeing like the fire, everyone's like, "Oh fuck!" But like, you really like just watch your feet. Don't stand in the fire. And
it's actually really
it's a pretty clean kill.
Really good to know that he only has 3 up at one time, because you can know every time as the tank or anyone else that like this one's about to fall off. Like I actually hadn't noticed that before until watching this one. Like you could always know where you can move to next, because there's only like as the next one spawns, the other one's about to like despawn insta basically.
Yeah, like I said, I mean like it's one of the things you can do as the main tank on this fight is to just keep it super simple. Like if you go back and you watch, like I moved too much, but if you watch me, I'm moving in a pretty consistent pattern of like, I know that like as soon as we pull him, I start him at our pull location, and I know that he's going to spawn in one of these other 2 locations, the fire will, and then I just kite him. Yeah, just move that lap, and like it really does simplify it a lot.
One more thing. Pull up that map again.
Yeah.
where you see the circle on his little diagram or whatever, if there's water behind you and there's a tree, if you touch this water, you get silenced for 30 seconds. So if you look at circle, nipple, or even diamond in a weird way, if they were to get airburst or in between, they would get airbursted into the water. If you go into the water, you will get silenced for 30 seconds. You used to die when you touched the tree too. That doesn't happen though, because he's trying to kill the tree technically. He would die.
Does it? I didn't ever pull him close enough, but doesn't he do a full basically he'll wipe the raid if he gets anywhere near?
So well, technically skull, you're not really fighting there. You're kind of fighting a little bit more in the middle, kind of where he is, because you want more room all the way around. You don't want to be crowded kind of right there, because there's also the mountaintop. If you get blown on top of the mountaintop, how are you gonna get back down? Just like so you want to take him more towards the middle, but just make sure you don't hit the water, because you're silenced for 30 seconds. There, easy, and you can't get out of it. You can't get rid of it. You're just fucked for 30 seconds. Might not hurt some classes, but
Yeah.
Excellent job, my friend. You did a very beautiful job.
Amazing, dude.
Phenomenal.
Appreciate it.
You made my life easy. You made my videos much easier, bro.
Good.
I get to go straight to the information. I still double check it, but now it's to the point where I don't really double check.
Yeah, please do. God, please do.
Oh, I did. I already. My loud ass would already told you if something was wrong, right?
There is one thing I noticed that's the most minute, but it's just gonna. I don't know if anyone's gonna. Oh, you already changed it. Never mind.
Is it the Fell Hunter?
Yeah, you noticed it earlier. Yeah.
No, someone in my guild pointed out to me in Discord, like middle of stream, they're like, "You didn't put the blah blah blah," and I was like, "I'm fixing it." I had the infernal the name on the little Fell Hunter or whatever. I had it as infernal.
You can't see it behind me.
Okay.
If I move this, Fellhound. Yeah.
God forbid,
but that's
a typo, right?
Yeah, but like someone's always gonna do it, dude. Someone's always gonna do it.
100%, 100%. So we don't have to do it right now, but I was gonna ask Sarthe, like whenever we get this done, if you want to pull up the Black Temple guide, because a lot of people are asking about it. Like it's not done yet, but we can at least just look at that raid path tab, just because a lot of people are.
Yeah, I think we should do. I want to do like almost like a speed episode, maybe something along the terms of that, almost like a speed running episode. I guess what would it be? It wouldn't be speed running because it hasn't been out yet, but
right.
Yeah,
like a skip episode. Like what would you do to skip?
But it has all of the pathing of like literally like everything in here.
Yeah, I omitted a couple of mobs, like but like I mentioned those in the notes column there for like the mobs that I decided to ignore. So like especially like here in like Supremus's room, like I make note of like once you kill that first pack, you can just hug that right wall and skip. So like you end up skipping the mobs that you will see when you're there, but like you don't have to touch them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went through and like I said, eventually I'll fill out all the boss tabs and the boss sections here as well. Just haven't been able to finish those up yet, but yeah. Yeah,
this is also amazing and like covering everything. So like guys, Cosmo's got these are so these are so sick, man. These are honestly like so well done. It's
link it in chat right now,
it's
bro.
Amazing. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Plugged up.
Yeah. Like
that one took forever.
An insane.
The mother one. Oh
this
my God.
One. Yeah.
Dude. I had to get on retail and I just like literally like I made some food, tossed on a show, and just followed every single padding mob around. I was like, where
really?
Yeah, like literally, and I just traced it. It was pretty funny.
I mean, that's actually insane.
I do the same thing. Yeah, retail. I use retail a lot for videos and footage and stuff. It helps because a lot of stuff has changed, but there's dungeon.
Yeah, because you can go in
really well. The dungeon journal is beautifully done in there too.
Oh, 100%.
You just go to the logs and look at our values for the damage, and you just adjust it as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One thing, and I'm open to feedback here. Like, so the trash overview tab, like right now it's just all the Hyjal stuff from where I made the copy, but like I'm trying to figure out how important it is, like if I need to go through and do a detailed breakdown on all the trash mobs in BT.
Oh my God, that takes so long.
Like if people want it, I'm down, but like I would say yeah, to be honest. Yeah,
I know it sucks, but yeah, because that's actually pretty important.
Yeah,
because it's this maybe like because there's a lot of mobs in there, but if you can do it, I don't know, that'll take a while, bro. There's a lot of mobs in there. There's a lot of mobs in there, but a lot of the same mobs. That makes sense. Like you don't really need to go over, upstairs when you're running through up to like Terran or something like that, where you have the big dude in the middle with like 12 of those small ads. You don't got to talk about those 12 small ads. You can talk about the main guy who's gonna throw his fucking sword. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That sword.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm happy to do that. It's like not a problem. Like it'll take time, but like if it's useful to people, then I'm happy to do that. That's the whole point here.
You can also post it and work on that later too, just over time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for sure. Exactly. BT is like it's something where people are gonna be like, oh, dude, I love this anyway. You don't really need to do that, but maybe just like you can over time when you're bored, just like add the ones that you think are like that you personally as a raid leader in a tank need to tell your raid to watch out for.
Yep.
Like, dodge that fucking sword, and you can tell everybody what that sword is.
Yeah, so like I mean, in the raid path, I make
silence.
note of all of the danger packs. I'm like, okay, so like make sure you pull this pack here, blah blah. So I put all that info in the note section of the raid path.
Yeah. Split into 2 roll-winding mobs when she gets low, like the dementia mob. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, chat.
So-
if people don't go follow Cosmo right now, ban it. Oh shit, Falcon, better watch out.
Falcon's on
Falcon's
it.
gonna ban people.
Falcon's always on it. He's the best.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, of course.
Have to affiliate, bro. Leave it to us. We're good
Right.
for it,
Right, dude.
That's funny. No, yeah, but yeah, so like I'll be finishing this up over the next couple of days and having it all wrapped up. But you know, Sarthe, like by the way, like fantastic job on your on the parse video. I know I told you this earlier, but like seriously so good, dude. And like I'm
Thank
definitely
you,
gonna
man.
I'm so glad I didn't finish this guide before watching that, because like there are parts of that I'm definitely gonna be putting into here.
Yes.
So thank you.
Of course, man. Of course.
It's a beautiful video. I woke up so happy when I saw that. I was like, yes.
Yeah, it was solid.
When you joined the chat or the call, Chris, and you're like, I just watched it right now while I was taking a dump, and I was like, yes. Yeah.
When I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is poop for an hour and like look at people's my homies' videos, and see how good they were, hyping
Yep.
up.
That's straight up. That's I 100%. That's the first thing I do is
why not?
like to start my day is like I start like, did any of my boys post a video? Any of my
exactly.
you know, like what am I gonna watch real fast? Yeah, yeah.
Love it, bro. I love it. Be in the game, man.
Do you have anything to say about Archimonde loot?
Oh yeah, I forgot about Archimonde loot. Yeah.
He does drop
I
things,
mean,
doesn't he?
tiers kind of the same. As tiers the same order. I mean, weapon same thing as offhand we were talking about earlier for Tempest Chaos wise. I personally, as Warlock, like main hand offhand for later down the road, but Zardoom is better now.
Yeah,
So.
I think for Hunter wise, I in my original guide was trying to say Hunter should get 4-piece fast, but like I and then Veramos sent me while I was talking about it like how good the shoulders and gloves are for warriors. So like those pieces, hunters can just wait. The helm is very strong, and warriors also can use the helm, but they also are going. Both people are going for Curse Vision. So like you're just like, who wants it? And then you've got shamans that can take things. Let me reconnect. Shamans are obviously going to be insane, and shamans like resto shamans are going to be like blasting in there. Curse Vision Bear Prio, yeah, Lottie will definitely be taking that. Yeah,
The robes are trash. The robes are good if you don't have the other robes, but it's about it.
but it's not even the best offset piece, right? Those robes.
I mean, yeah, you would use that until you don't have vestments for some reason or robe.
But what about the leggings that you earlier?
Yeah, robe. Those would be used only if you literally do not have another robe. Like for some reason you're just like wearing fucking like frozen Shadow Weave or some shit. So or God knows T4's chest or whatever you'd be wearing for some reason.
And then
the guild is making an argument. Cursed Vision is better overall for enhance. Just like Zardoom's best for fucking Shadow Priest, right?
Uh-oh.
I'm not getting into that. Tempest of Chaos. Tempest of Chaos.
Uh-oh.
Get away.
Like clipped, yeah, dude.
That's yeah, man. Cursed Vision best for mages.
Yeah, Tempest of Chaos. I know a lot of people are gonna actually go for, like you are, for this and offhand.
Mm-hmm.
While everyone else fights over Zardoom. First Tempest.
Exactly.
Is a warlock gonna take this over? I'm prop pally, or are you waiting for after prop gets?
I don't know what we're doing. I'm assuming it's gonna go to our. I'd be down for it to go to our prop paladin. I'm always down to give our tanks our prop paladin gear, specifically the prop paladin gear first. So,
yeah,
we haven't actually had a Fangle drop one time.
Oh my god!
Our pally didn't get his
I'm
fang.
wearing PvP weapon. Yeah, we're PvP weaponed out right now. So I mean, it depends. I would definitely be down to give it to the prop paladin first. I expect that.
Prop paladins can use the mace though. Like worth pointing out, like they can use the mace off trash, which is really solid.
Well, there we go. What is
yeah, they can absolutely take.
It's. I don't think it's better, but it's fucking good. I think it's better than
comparable.
Fang. So like,
you go.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You know what it's called?
Hammer of Judgment. It can drop in both.
Be happy with trash mace. Well, even more. Now I'll fight it. Thank you. No, fuck prop valley.
It can take both.
Warlock Mage Prow.
Look at that. Like that's gnarly, dude.
Warlock Mage Prow. Tempest Chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still 17. I mean, 18 spell power, right?
Yeah.
22 spell power.
Yeah, but still, it is a good. It'll hold them over.
Pally like.
The,
I mean, yeah,
the-
that was straight
the
design
mace?
for paladins. Yeah.
Yeah,
it looks pretty cool. That
absolutely.
definitely, like this Final Fantasy-esque look on the Tempest of Chaos.
And then we have
Like
Cataclysm
Gunblade
Edge
esque.
for your maybe a ret, but it's not ret bis, but like second best. And then like if you have a two-handed arms warrior coming in slapping things. That
Do you
I think this thing
uh,
looks so good. I love the way this
Mhm.
weapon looks. Cataclysm's
Mhm.
Edge. I think this is like
Oh,
one of
it's
my
sick,
favorite.
dude.
one of the best
models.
looking weapons, I think.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. When they released the enhanced model of that in retail, I was so happy. It looks so
Yeah. That's literally actually so like my retail character is Paladin and Rogue. Those are my like two. And I switch between Prot and
Really?
Ret, and when I'm using Ret, like this is my T-Mog every time.
good.
And I
No, it's
actually
super
use
solid.
the tier 6 set T-Mog for the most part because it just like
Yep.
it is good looking.
I didn't know you guys actually played retail, so that means we should probably get back into it before the next patch. Fuck it.
Let's go.
Yeah, I
Before the
mean,
expansion.
obviously I'm down.
I'm done.
Hunters
wait
are
till T6
hunters are
types it
coming
out.
over this bow, which is really sick. I got it on the PTR and got to test it out, and I was rocking like three
Ooh, that was
pieces of
dope.
tier 6 and this
Oh, wow.
bow, and I was doing like 3.5k DPS on
That
some
was-
single
Jesus,
target fights.
What?
It
Oh
was
my
you were
God,
pumping. I was
dude.
watching a VOD of you, and you were. I actually just used your VOD in my last video, and I was like,
Yeah.
dude, this dude's fucking pumping right now.
Yeah,
That's insane.
I got to do it all for like one raid, and it was so fun. And then I get to like get moved back to like all my normal gear and into a group that like my only buff. Like the video that I used, the video I used today for the parse guide. My literal only buff that I have is a resto shaman in my group.
Yo, what
So,
are your
like,
mini
I'm-
map buttons doing right now?
I don't know, dude. They're spamming out. I don't know. I don't know where my minimap button bag is. It's like freaking out right now.
Hiding bar.
There we go. I don't know what all of that was, but get out of here, dude.
I'm gonna send you an add-on that's gonna change your life right now.
Is it minimap button bag? Because that
Oh,
was just
that's
spazzing out.
Oh, there you go. No, it's hiding bar. It just takes all your shit off your mini map, puts it in a little bar. Ooh.
MBB is usually amazing. This is gonna be this character is coming along to be my new character for Black Temple.
What? Which one? Fury?
Yeah. This
Yeah,
level,
I
it's
fucking
level
am in
60.
that
You can't
Eternal
tell.
Judgment. I'm in Eternal Judgment of starting my Fury literally right now. I don't know if dude, I want to start Fury because I never played melee, but then I started playing a Paladin on this Lich King server, and it made me kind of like it.
Paladins
it
are
makes me wanna
so
run a
sick.
Paladin right now. Yeah, it makes me want to
Uh,
go Paladin right now.
Uh,
But
I've
is
got
Ret
it.
going to be more fun than Fury? That's the thing. You know what I mean? Is
It's
Ret
like-
really going to be more fun than Fury? I doubt it.
Probably not. Like Fury's so much fun, dude. I've
I
got.
know.
I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, like my first character in Classic was a 60 Fury Warrior, and he's an orc named Cosmophile to me.
yeah.
And then like when BC came out, I was like, I want a tank. So I'm like a Tauren named Cosmophile, and like, but like, dude,
That's
I
dope.
was
Wait,
wanted
did
to
you
make
go?
my-
Did you go tank warrior at the beginning of TBC?
yeah.
Choices.
Dude, so, I mean, like I leveled the character in the pre-patch, like, or I say I leveled him. I definitely got boosted from all my guildies. Big appreciate
Yeah.
that. But like my 60 warrior has like a badge of the Storm Guard and everything. Like he's like pretty decked, like AQ40 best out, and I'm like, I kind of want to get a Fury set going on my current character. I'm like, I might just level the orc, honestly, because he's got badge. So like,
yeah. You have badge? Yeah, dude.
yeah, like
I was actually
I got the first badge in the guild. No one wanted it, and I was like, yoink.
badge was the first. That was the first item that like everybody in my guild was like, no one thought it was good, and I kept talking about it on stream about like I just waiting for it to drop. I can't wait for it to drop. I'm gonna take it. I can't wait. And then like all of the sudden, like a couple weeks of it not dropping, all of a sudden everyone in my guild is like, I heard badge is like the best trinket on like every warrior wants. I need that. And I was like, no, because I was the rogue, so like I can't take
Yeah.
it over all our best warriors.
Right.
And I was like, dang it. And it just
Everybody
went down
wants
that
it
way.
now. When we've been saying for like a year,
Yeah.
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good now, but it's better down the road.
I actually
Every single
almost
day
got
after
it. I almost got it last week while I was level 51. It dropped. We didn't have any mains in there, and so Lottie was about to give it to me, but then we all realized that Dali was on his fresh warrior that's level 70, and I was like, no. So we gave it to
Pain.
Dali, but I'm gonna get it. Yeah. But dude, guys, that was great. That was
That's a good
awesome.
one.
Yeah, for sure.
We're gonna
Cosmo, thank you so much for coming, brother.
Yeah, thanks for
You're
having me,
definitely
guys. I
welcome to
appreciate
come
it.
next time and every time after. I don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
anytime you
really
hit
fun.
me up.
And really, again, amazing job on the spreadsheets, and make
Thank
sure
you.
to let us know when you put out the Black Temple one, we will obviously plug like crazy. Guys, make sure you check out Cosmo's channel.
Him, bro.
Yeah, and on the spreadsheets you can donate to help support him, show all the love you can. Everyone is going to be using these spreadsheets. They are just so well done. It's insane. So make sure you go and check those out. Also, of course, thank you, Crix, for being here. We're going to be doing this every Tuesday, boys. We always say this, but now we're locked in. We're doing it every Tuesday.
If one of us can't show up, we will find a guest to come help us do it because we had to stick to it like a schedule.
Now we're good at scheduling.
Mm-hmm. I'm literally putting it on all the podcast websites for tonight after this one goes up. So we'll make sure that we're on top of it to make it more of a podcast.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
It's gonna be. We have a lot of T6. We'll talk a lot of T6, but this is not just a TBC podcast. So we'll talk about whatever kind of like BWL PTR he did. We didn't talk about. We're kind of riding the T6 hype out, right?
Oh yeah,
of course.
Never run out of things to talk about. We got a lot of news.
There's so much with all of the news that dropped all on like Friday or like was it on Thursday? It was just all in one day. Everything, literally, Blizzard was just like debating us with that blue post about two extra mobs entering the game, and then fully releasing everything.
Any incubuses in chat? Wait, didn't the stuff pass today? It's Tuesday. Everything's out right now, right? Besides the raid
on NA, yeah. So like you can
like everything just came out.
Like when we go tonight, we should be seeing 3-tier tokens and all that.
Yeah, that's what I've already heard. 3-tier tokens. If you're a hunter, you can get your new quiver. The arrow's currently not in game yet from the Violet Eye. Oh, it looks like servers are still down.
Is it next week, Young? Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
3 tokens is next week. Blue Post said so. Okay. So still, I mean, it's gonna be awesome. Really excited for Black Temple, man. And we're gonna do. Are we doing this next Tuesday or Wednesday night, Crix, before Black Temple drops?
Next week. Let's do it Wednesday.
Yeah, next week might be a special one.
So spicy Eve type shit,
Yeah. So thank you guys for being here, man. Really, really appreciate it. This is super fun. And
of course,
Cosmo, you're crushing it, man. So
appreciate it, man. I appreciate the love.
Keep it up.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Of course. Oh, I just need to update my client. Then we can play the game. All right, boys. I'm gonna hop off the call. Thank you guys again for being here. Let's get some Giga Chat incubuses, and I'll ping you guys very soon. Much love, guys. Everyone who's listening on the podcast websites, thank you guys for listening to our show, The Classical Life, and anyone who's watching on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe to both me and Crix. And Cosmo, do you have a YouTube channel?
I do, yeah. It's been dormant, but it's coming back.
All right.
Got some stuff. So yeah, it's I'll post it for you.
All right, perfect. And I'll post that in the description as well. So make sure to follow Cosmo and keep up with that because this is amazing stuff. Much love, guys. And I will see you guys all next week.